It is our mission to embrace the ideal that our show shall always strive to belittle the stupid and to play an occasional song. We shall also strive to take all of your requests, but to never, under any circumstances, play those requests. It is our mission to offend as many people as we can in the shortest time possible. We shall always remember that no matter how pointless and stupid the things we say are, we shall present them in such a way that they will be lessons that will last a lifetime. We shall strive always to do nothing and to be mean. We shall strive mightily to always be the #1 morning show in Salt Lake, or, if not that, the #2 morning show, or at least somewhere in the top 15 or 20 morning shows. At least once a year, we shall go to someone's home, and we shall eat really good food, and we'll make you wish that you could be there to share it with us. And finally, it is our mission to always remind the listeners that we never lie, and we're always right. So let it be written, so let it be done.
They're here?
Well, you had a 50-50 chance. A 50-50. You could have gone one way, you went the other way.
What was the first way?
Well, he certainly could have played Let It Go by Adele Dazeem because it's her birthday today. But it's also Tom Morello's birthday, so.
It's also CeeLo Green's birthday.
Well, so you
It's
had
also
a
Winona
third.
Judd's birthday.
You could have split it 4 ways.
I could have, but I didn't.
I was sure you would go with
Adele Dazeem?
Let It Go by Idina Menzel or Adele Dazeem. But no, you chose Morella Thompson. Morella Thompson. So.
Yes. Tom Morello on this day.
Oh, that was a half-hearted on this.
Tom Morello.
Oh, come on, do it.
Well, you know.
I like it when you do that.
54. And she will forever be Adele Dazeem.
Yeah.
You know that.
Thanks, John Travolta.
Thanks to John Travolta.
Paul Vitola, you mean. Paul Vitola, who called her Adele Dazeem. I just, you know what he was doing? He was trying to cop my old routine of deliberately mispronouncing celebrity names, as I used to do.
You're giving John Travolta too much credit there.
You're right, Gina. You're right. I was being perfectly serious about that. That I was trying to cover for John Travolta.
Don't try to cover for John.
I know, you're right.
People have been covering for John Travolta.
Got a beard.
For
He has a beard.
years.
He has a beard that goes down to the ground.
That is the truth.
Which I don't get at this point anymore. Just it's okay.
Maybe it's
John.
not true.
It's okay.
It's not true.
It's okay.
Okay, he wears
fine.
a toupee. You're right.
Yeah.
He wears a toupee.
Just be bald. Men look good bald. Better than the toupee.
Have you ever seen him without hair? He doesn't look very
Trying
good.
to picture it. Yeah.
He doesn't look very good. I've seen him somewhere.
Own it, John Travolta.
It was either photoshopped or
Just in my head.
something. He just doesn't look.
In my head, I'm not liking it.
No?
Yeah.
All
No.
right.
No. So it's us. Here we are. They're letting. I'm very excited. I got my Tandy Leather catalog in the mail. Tandy Leather, and you know what I'm going to do?
What? Make a wallet?
No.
Oh.
Guitar strap. I'm making my own guitar strap.
Good for you. Do you have a guitar?
No.
Okay.
I don't play. But I can make
You're gonna make.
I can make my own guitar strap right here. It's a kit to make my own guitar strap. That's cool. There are some nice wallets here that I could make. But my own guitar strap, I think, is that's my project for Tandy Leather.
I used to have a belt with my name on it.
What? Who stole it? Somebody named Gina?
There aren't many.
No. So this is like a 12-page catalog.
12 pages?
12-page. Yeah. I ripped it the wrong way, but there. It's you can buy your own leather sewing machine.
Well, that would be
It's in there.
That would be easier than doing it by hand.
Well, it's cheating, I think.
Yeah.
You do it by hand.
Is that what
Listen,
Buffalo Bill used?
Listen, I soften the leather by chewing on it. That's how you do it.
Do you have your own lacing and stitching pony?
Yes,
Good,
I do.
because you need that.
Yeah. It's to
Well,
hold
it's
everything
easier.
in place.
It's
yeah.
easier if you have one.
Yeah,
You don't
it
have
is.
to have it.
No. But
These are frontier skills.
I may make each one of you a boondoggle keychain.
Oh, would you
I might.
please?
Well, can I make a request?
Yeah.
Can I get a knife pouch?
Sure.
Because
Wear
then
on your hip?
Then I could be like all the other people that I moved away from.
I have one, but I carry my inhaler in it. Just got my inhaler right
It's
there.
at the ready.
That would be funny. Kind of badass, isn't it?
That's my inhaler.
Yeah.
It's my albuterol holder. All right, so we got to get the show underway officially in just a couple minutes with your check-ins. Remember, it's the most loathed feature on the radio today. Check-ins. Everyone in any kind of power over us advises us not to do it. They threaten us not to do check-ins. But we continue to do it as long as you call 877-602-9696 and check in with the Radio from Hell show. Let's see. We've been doing this three words or less. So how about today? Here's one. If you were to die today, how would you be remembered in three words or less?
That's heavy.
Well, it's like for me is, wait, what? Huh? That's how I would be remembered.
Wouldn't you be remembered? B?
No, I would. No, I would. It would be like, what? Wait, what? Huh?
Our check-ins. We have a nice prize for somebody that checks in with 3 words about if they were to die today. So don't die today, because tonight is the Real Salt Lake Houston Dynamo game.
Oh, okay.
And we have tickets to that.
Okay, 877-602-9696. 3 words or less. How would you be remembered? Maybe my 3 words or less was didn't do it. Didn't do it.
Now, leather pouch has to fit in there somewhere.
You only have 3 words.
Yeah, so leather pouch is 2 words.
Tandy leather pouch.
Tandy leather pouch.
There you go.
That would, as a matter of fact, if I were to ever change my name, it would be Tandy Leather Pouch. Hi, good morning. Tandy Leather Pouch here.
All right. We'll get to the check-ins coming up.
Yeah. Tell us about meat, will you?
Yeah, 877-602-9696. Meat! Now, Omaha Steaks, they do the big push on Father's Day because dads love steak and all that. I use Omaha Steaks year-round, and I go to their website for grilling tips.
Oh, I didn't know they had those.
They got all kinds of stuff on the Omaha Steaks website. And it's not just steaks. It's pork, poultry, veal, lamb, bison, seafood, vegetables.
They got hamburgers.
All kinds of stuff there. So go to omahasteaks.com, and this is their big deal happening for Father's Day. Right now, Omaha Steaks is giving a limited time offer to our listeners for Father's Day. This is a 78% off deal. It's really amazing. Go to omahasteaks.com. And you'll see a search bar there, a website search bar. Search their site for X96. And it'll take you to this place where you can get the Omaha Steaks Father's Day package. Now, here's what you're going to get in the package. Now, again, this is all for $49.99 plus shipping. 2 tender filet mignons, 2 beefy top sirloins, 4 crispy fried steaks, 2 boneless pork chops, 4 all-beef Omaha steak burgers, 4 gourmet jumbo franks, 12 ounces of all-beef meatballs.
He's still talking.
I know. 1 pound of steakhouse fries, 4 caramel apple tartlets, 1 Omaha steak seasoning packet, and they're going to throw in 4 more grill-ready Omaha steak burgers for free with this purchase. Limited time package, only $49.99 when you go to omahasteaks.com and type X96 in their search bar and add the Father's Day package to your cart. Don't wait. This offer will end soon. omahasteaks.com. Type in X96 in the search bar. Grab your dad and fire up the grill.
X96 is your home for non-stop music. We give you a 1-hour non-stop music wingding 3 times a day.
This is very unorthodox.
At 10 a.m., right after Radio from Hell, at 1 p.m. while you're listening in the workplace, and at 4:30 for your drive home.
What's all this mean? Can't you say it in English?
It is the 23rd century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of two such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders! We join our elders as they arrive on Vulcan. They hope to find a cure for Lehi, who is suffering from Ponfar. Ah, Vulcan, world of logic, place of pointy-eared people. Here I will seek out my mate and find man who killed parents, settle down, and raise pointy-eared offspring.
Knock it off, Lehi. You aren't a Vulcan. I was hoping you only had the 24-hour type of Ponfar. Dang it. Oh, here comes somebody. Excuse me, sir?
Greetings. You are new to Vulcan?
Hi, I'm Elder Spock, and this is Elder Jensen.
Hi.
We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons.
Spock? He is a legend on Vulcan. You mock us by using his name.
Oh, we mean no disrespect. Lehi here is Spock. I mean, they mind melded and something went wrong. Elder Spock here is suffering from Ponfar.
Ponfar? This is almost illogical. We must meet with T'Pau. She will know how to proceed.
This is Spock? He does not look like Spock. Fascinating. So the great son of Vulcan has sent you as his replacement? Joining will go on as scheduled.
Joining? What joining?
My parents chose my mate when I was 7. We were telepathically linked, and now is the time for us to be wed.
Spock was joined with this woman. You haven't even gone to Snellgroves with her. You can't marry her. Talk about breaking the rules.
We are all gathered. We shall proceed. We are here to complete the joining of Spock and T'Pring. Unless there is anyone here who objects, the ceremony will commence.
Excuse me, T'Pau, ma'am, I have a problem with this.
Only Vulcans are allowed to protest. One more word out of you and I will have you removed from this holy place. Now, shall we begin?
I protest.
T'Pring, no. Why?
I have chosen another to be my mate. I choose Elder Jensen.
But I was to be the one you chose.
A challenge has been made. T'Pring has chosen her companion and is her right. Let the combat to the death begin.
Combat? To the death? Oh, come on, Lehi Spock. You know I can take you in a fair fight. Be logical. Give up now before I have to hurt you. Hey, you cut my Mr. Max suit. Why, they ought to teach this at the MTC.
Oh. We have our victor. Elder Spock shall wed T'Pring.
Excuse me, ma'am, but I don't think I can go through with this. You see, I just killed my companion, and we're way out of our sector. My zone leader won't be happy at all. I really should be going.
And I will be free to take Ston as my husband.
Is this the end of Butch? Will Zone Leader Hansen really be upset at Lehi for killing his companion? Will Spock show any emotion when he finds out that his fiancée has married another? Tune into our next episode to hear Butch say...
Hey, man, be careful. Do you have to drag my body all over every rock?
Butch, you're alive!
Shh, keep it down. I faked my death so I wouldn't have to kill you. I'm glad to see you're back to being your old self.
I didn't kill you. I didn't. I don't remember much of anything about the past week, though.
Look, just drag me back to my hyperbike and I'll tell you all about it.
Well, we left the quadrant. What's Zone Leader Hansen gonna say?
Well, maybe we just won't tell him.
Well, that would be the logical thing to do.
Huh?
On the next finger-crossing episode of Space Elders!
Show on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
Well, I guess we'll have to do the check-ins for at least another day because people have actually called.
Yep.
877-602-9696. And the thing is 3 words. If you were to die today, how would you be remembered? Me, it would be his Mill Creek coffee. That's how That's how I would be remembered. His Mill Creek coffee. Because I love it, and I'm going to have some now while we officially begin the program. Gina.
Brought to you by Real Salt Lake and Houston Dynamo, Wednesday, May 30th at Rio Tinto Stadium. Kickoff is at 7:30 p.m. That's tonight, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Tickets are available at rsl.com, and somebody checking in now will win those.
All right, the moon is now, it was beautiful this morning. A waning,
It was great looking. Nice clear sky.
Waning gibbous moon, 99.1% of full. The moon will set today at 7:01 a.m. You probably can still just catch it just a little bit out there. 7:01. It might be below the buildings.
It's still up.
You can see it?
It's still up. It looks good.
Today being Wednesday, it's the 30th day of May in the year of our Lord 2018. And this is North America's most useless radio broadcast. It's the Radio from Hell show starring the lords of morning radio, the oligarchs of the airwaves, Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, and Gina Barberi. The senior executive producer of the Radio from Hell show is Richard, I've got a Splinter Stedman.
He does? Are you okay?
No, he was trying to show us a video of his splinter pull yesterday. Dylan Allred, no relation, is producing video for the show. You can see it at x96.com/live. And Nick's your buddy, Nick's your pal, helping out with the show. Check-ins now.
All right, let's see, 877-602-9696. Let's begin with Totally Ashley.
Totally Ashley.
3 words, Totally Ashley.
On a road trip.
On a
road trip can be one word.
Road trip can be one word.
You want to die on a road trip?
That's interesting.
No, it's how he will be remembered.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I take road trips all the time. It's kind of my thing.
So that's how people would say, yeah, he was on a road trip.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Thanks, Ashley. And he was on, you might say, the final road trip.
Yeah.
Okay.
The ultimate road trip.
Brad is checking in.
Good morning, Brad.
Good morning.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. 3 words, Brad.
3 words. I'm going to go with what my grandkids say, and that's pretty awesome, Grandpa.
Aw.
Pretty awesome, Grandpa. How many tickets do we have for that, Rio?
I don't.
Pair of tickets? Is
I
it
don't
a
know if it's a
pair?
pair or if it's 4. Richie, how many tickets?
I just, I don't.
I'm sure it's just a pair, yeah.
It's a pair. So,
Brad, do you and Grandma want to go to the Real game tonight?
Definitely.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
There we go.
Put you on hold.
I mean, if he's a pretty awesome grandpa.
Well, I mean, that's just his word, though.
Well, his grandkids will go, yeah, we used to think you're awesome until you didn't take us to the game.
Well, if you get 2 tickets, you can buy your grandkids tickets.
Let's see.
You know, I mean, does he have the mug that says "Awesome Grandpa"?
He should.
Because you know, they just don't give those out.
No.
All right. Janie.
Janie?
Yes.
Oh, hi. You're there.
There's Janie.
Yes.
We almost hung up on you. Janie? Good morning.
Utah's definitive Trekkie.
Yes.
That's
Utah's definitive
Absolutely.
Trekkie.
Utah's biggest Star Trek fan is Janie
true.
Fleet.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Undisputed.
Yeah, and it's nice to hear from you. And please hang with us. Hang with us forever, will you?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, Janie.
Thank you, Janie.
Always.
See you.
All right. Let's go to Ben. Hello, Ben.
3 words, Ben.
Just send it.
Just end it?
Okay. Thanks, Ben.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Okay.
Oh, London FOP. Save the soil.
Save the soil. London FOP is in Utah visiting.
Well, come
So
say hello.
he should come by.
Yeah.
Comcam Kyle checking in, 3 words. It's about time. It's about time.
It's about time.
Dr. Paul White checking in. Black Catholic hillbilly.
He's the only person you can say that about
That's
in the
pretty
whole
clear.
world.
That is very rare, isn't it?
Let's see. Shua checking in. Best words to describe how people would describe me if I died today is girly, godless, gothic. And Gay Pride Fest is only 3. Okay.
Let's see. Rob is on the line, Kerry, from San Antonio. Now, if you're in San Antonio, I would say the 3 words might be remember the Alamo. But what
Not even close.
Oh, okay.
What 3 words, Rob?
He meant well.
I like that.
He meant well.
He meant well.
Wouldn't do it to my... Thanks, Rob.
Rob,
Very
that's
good.
perfect. Thank you. Killer.
Good morning.
Good morning. 3 words, Killer.
Should have ducked.
Should have ducked.
There
Excellent.
you go. Perfect, Killer.
Excellent.
All
Thank
right,
you.
Let's take one last one here with
Another Janie?
Another Janie, or is it the same Janie calling back?
Oh, Janie, I got disconnected.
Well, we heard
I
you,
thought we
Janie.
were done, Janie. What?
Okay.
Oh no! What did you have?
Did you have something you wanted to add?
No, I just said I was Utah's definitive Trekkie.
Yes.
Yeah, we
got it.
You were on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
Maybe she couldn't hear us.
Thank you, Janie. All right. Emilio, here 3 words. Was he gay?
Emilio, was he gay?
Was he gay?
All this time.
Jake in the basement. So much potential.
Oh.
All right. Okay, well, I guess we got to get going.
Yeah.
So we have big boy news coming up next.
Yes, we'll talk about Roseanne.
We'll get to that. Things that must go on the way, and round 1 of your Boehner voting, all coming up on the way. First, got to tell you about Brooklinen Sheets. Brooklinen, the couple that started the company, they live in Brooklyn.
Yeah, and?
That's Brooklinen. See,
What?
so that's
Got
what they
it.
made the thing.
Oh, wait a minute.
They have been named the winner of the Best Online Betting category by Good Housekeeping. The fastest growing betting brand in the world, and for good reason. 20,000 5-star reviews, and my personal endorsement, because I love my Brooklinen sheets. I'm glad to help Vicky
Now,
and Rich.
Do you have
Yes.
one set of Brooklinen sheets?
And I need to get more.
Well, because I was going to say, how do you rotate?
Exactly, because I want them all the time. And you should try them out. My Brooklinen sheets are the best, most comfortable sheets I've slept on. Brooklinen.com got an exclusive offer just for our listeners. Get $20 off and free shipping when you use the promo code Jackson at brooklinen.com, my last name. So confident. They offer risk-free 60-night satisfaction guarantee, lifetime warranty on all of their sheets and comforters. The only way to get this $20 off and free shipping is to use the promo code, my last name, Jackson, Jackson, at brooklinen.com. That's BROOKLINEN.com. The promo code Jackson. These are the best sheets ever. Oh, yes, traffic. I forgot how to radio.
That's okay. Minor crash northbound Main Street 2200 North. Cars are off to the right shoulder, and it's not really causing any delays so far. Looks like that's about it. If you see anything, you can text it to us, 33986.
Keep the radio on. A 1-hour nonstop music wingding starts at 10. X96. X96.
All right, 6:31 right now. And we got things that must go coming up. But first, big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by
Snowbird is kicking off summer with its 10th annual Brewfest and the opening of summer activities June 9th. And we're doing our show from there next week.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Enjoy the fresh mountain air, brews from over 25 breweries. Learn more at snowbird.com.
Well, there are a lot of stories that are kind of vying for my attention this morning. Of course, the Roseanne Barrs situation. We'll talk about that in a second. But North Korea, will there or won't there be a summit? We don't know. But North Korea has said, now Kim Jong-un has said, we will not give up our nukes, no matter what. But we're going to open up a Five Guys. That's what's going to happen to
I
prove
do like a Five Guys.
We're going to open up. We won't give up our nuclear weapons, but
that's a good burger.
A burger joint, I think, will. New intelligence analysis reportedly states that North Korea regime is not willing to give up their nukes, but instead may open a U.S. burger joint in the capital of Pyongyang. The CIA assessment on Kim Jong-un's goals for the historic summit with President Trump claims that the North Korean leader will not destroy any of his nuclear stockpile, but he is in talks, or the government is in talks with an American franchise that nobody's saying which one.
Oh, you made up Five Guys.
Yeah, I just made up Five Guys.
Oh, I thought it was...
No.
Oh, okay.
I made that up. Now, if it proves to be Five Guys, then I am prophetic. And then the other story that kind of vying for my attention this morning as well is the governor of Missouri resigned.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He picked the perfect time to do it because there's so much else going on.
It'll get lost.
So after several months of bitter legal battles and political fights, first-term Missouri Governor Eric Greitens, a Republican, said Tuesday he will resign as of Friday. Greitens had been facing a felony charge and possible impeachment during an investigation of claims that he tried to dodge the state's campaign disclosure laws and also to blackmail a former lover. This ordeal has been designed to cause an incredible amount of strain on my family. I would again say, you designed it.
I was going to say, yeah.
You are responsible for the design of it.
Yeah.
Millions of dollars mounting legal bills, endless personal attacks designed to cause maximum damage to my family and friends.
You did the damage.
You did it, sir.
No, it's not his fault.
Republican Lieutenant Governor Mike Patterson, who was elected separately, will succeed Greitens. Prior to taking office, Governor Greitens had pledged to root out corrupt career politicians. Well, he's done that. He didn't make a career of being a politician. He served only a few months. So his admitted extramarital affair with his former hairdresser and made headlines. But even more than that, I think, which really drove him out of office, because that seemed to have been there was not enough evidence to kind of deal with it, and the prosecutors had dropped that part of it. But then the violation of campaign finance laws is really what did it. Ultimately, Representative Mike Kennedy and Mitt Romney met yesterday in a debate. Of course, Mitt Romney, the presumptive Republican, the presumptive next.
Yeah.
He'll be running against Jenny Wilson, I would assume, in the election this fall. U.S. Senate candidates Mitt Romney and his Republican challenger in a primary, Mike Kennedy. They were very similar in a lot of issues like health care, gun control, medical marijuana, immigration, all of that. But Kennedy tried to make Mitt Romney what he is, and that is a flip-flopping carpetbagger.
Yes.
And, I'm really tired of the term flip-flopping. There are people who learn and change their opinion.
Yeah.
And then there are people who just change their opinion because it's politically expedient. And I think
They're two different things.
I think that's Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney will change his position on things because he wants to get votes, not because he believes one thing or the other strongly, or he's willing to just say he doesn't believe in it strongly to get the votes. Like, for instance, he had a very liberal health care plan that he designed in the state of Massachusetts when he was the governor. Very successful health care plan
People
there.
there love it.
And then, and it was the model for Obamacare. And then, of course, Mitt Romney was totally against Obamacare because that's how he would get Republican votes.
Yeah, politically expedient.
Yeah. So now, if he had said, "I have learned that this is not working," and pointed why, and if he had strong convictions about it, then that's okay. But the one thing that Romney just slammed Kennedy for, and I'm sure that the voters will agree with him, is that Kennedy called Pastor Jeffress to apologize for Mitt Romney's comments, and Mitt Romney's justified and correct comments that Jeffress is a religious and a cultural bigot.
I don't know how Kennedy is able to defend that.
And in the long run, it doesn't matter. Because he will be left on the dustbin of Utah history.
I like hot dog meat.
Yep. Now, Roseanne Barr. I couldn't believe it when I left. I left you guys yesterday. Is that when I turned on the radio in my car as I was driving out to XL Automotive Repair, and just what happened? What all I hear is they've canceled Roseanne. They've canceled the show.
It started in the morning when she was sparring with Chelsea Clinton.
Yeah.
And that's when it began.
But I didn't hear any, and I kept asking the radio to tell me, well, what did she say? Because they'd gone beyond that. ABC canceled the Roseanne show. She incited fury with her racist tweet, and she's done this before.
Yeah, this is not the first time that she has done this sort of thing.
You know what
She's
I think?
Famous for it.
I think that the final straw, what really maybe made ABC go, okay, this is it. We can't do this anymore, was Wanda Sykes. Now, that's just my speculation. But Wanda Sykes was the showrunner for the Roseanne show. And Wanda Sykes, after this last tweet that Roseanne did about
I didn't know
Valerie,
she was a showrunner.
Yeah,
Well, she's a writer.
and she's been running the show. After this last tweet about Valerie Jarrett, a former President Obama aide, a woman of color, and Roseanne tweets about her something about she's Planet of the Apes.
If the Muslim Brotherhood and Planet of the Apes had a baby, it would be
right.
Yeah.
So it was at that point that Wanda Sykes said,
enough.
I quit. I'm leaving the show. And I think that made ABC go, yeah.
Yeah, we got a problem.
Because Wanda had hung in there and kind of defended Roseanne, saying, well, I like her personally. And she can be very controversial, and she says things that are, but when Wanda Sykes said, I can't do it anymore, then I think that made ABC.
And then some of her other cast members quit, and then she got mad at them for quitting and throwing her under the bus, as she put it.
I feel most bad for the other cast members.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out of work.
Yeah,
there's like 300 people out of work.
Yeah, cast members and crew members out of work because of this. Now, there are people saying, well, it's her First Amendment right to do it. Yes. Yep, it sure was. It's her First Amendment right Roseanne's First Amendment right to say those racist things, and it's ABC's right to say,
your First Amendment right does not absolve you from consequences.
No,
exactly.
Yes, you can say that, but you have to deal with the consequences.
And ABC, people are saying, oh, they knew what they were getting, and this is a big deal for ABC to do this because they're taking a hit financially to do it.
Absolutely.
This was a hugely successful show, and they also are taking a hit. There is a segment of the population who is going to say, you see, here it is, the liberals are doing it again. We have to be politically correct all the time. We can't say anything, and these liberals get upset.
No, we just don't want you to be racist. How about that?
And
is that what politically incorrect means? Is racist? You want to be, why don't you just say you want to be racist?
And then there are people who say, well, there have been people on the left who've compared Donald Trump to an orangutan, and they've posted pictures.
Not close.
Again, nobody's saying that's right either.
No.
Nobody's saying that that's the right thing to do. But somebody has to step up and say, and I think Bob Iger, the head of ABC, said it really the best. He said, we did this because
it's the right thing.
It was the right thing.
Mm-hmm. I want more people to do things because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And then, and it is true. ABC knew what they were getting, but they can't. And now she went back on Twitter and tried to apologize. Oh, it was Ambien. I was taking Ambien.
Now, when was the last time that you took Ambien and tweeted racist stuff?
You get a pass. You get the ambient racist pass.
No, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work that way.
And now Hulu is
yeah.
taking off all of the. They had the old Roseanne show, all the reruns. They've taken those off. Scrambled to take those off. So I don't think it would be now. And then people say, well, what about Bill Maher? He does things all the time. Well, if you'll remember, Bill Maher paid a price for something. And I think, and at the time.
It was the same network, too.
Yeah, and
ABC.
At the time, I felt that ABC was justified in taking him off because he said things about the 9/11 hijackers that were pretty awful.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to try and quote him exactly here.
He just he said
there were great pilots.
No, people kept talking about these cowards, and he says cowards. It sounds to me like they were the opposite of cowards. They followed through. They were
It was just too much.
Yeah.
It was too much.
And they were right to get rid of it.
His show off.
So he lost his show from ABC. And now she's lost her show from ABC, so it's even.
But this will be the thing that they point to and say, you see, we can't do anything.
Well, don't be racist.
Yeah. It's very simple.
It's easy.
You heard Trevor Noah in a little clip Carrie played at the beginning, and a lot of people have been talking about it. This is that Roseanne felt she could do all of this, and people feel that they can talk that way because the President of the United States has talked that way. And has continued to talk that way. And it's perfectly justifiable for reporters to ask Sarah Huckabee Sanders about this and to try and get President Trump to comment about it because he called Roseanne to congratulate her on her #1 ratings. And at a campaign-style rally, he went on and on about, isn't this great? Roseanne, see, she represents us. And now he's buttoning up his lip about it.
Yep.
And he ought to make a comment. And he ought to denounce Roseanne's comments the same way he should have denounced what happened in Charlottesville.
Yes.
But he won't.
No.
Because, or if he does, he'll do it in a really roundabout, backhand way like he did with Charlottesville. He finally did something in a kind of roundabout way.
There's good people on both sides.
Yeah, but the reason he doesn't do it is because he doesn't want to alienate those racists who support him.
Yep. Sports, weather, traffic.
I'm really glad we're associated with.
Let me say one other thing. Not everybody who supports Donald Trump is a racist.
No, of course not.
But people will say, Bill, what are you saying? They're all racist? No, I'm not saying that. But they are an important part of his base that if he loses, he can never win another election.
Not all of them are racist, but apparently racism isn't a deal breaker for them.
Well, a lot of them will let it slide.
All right. Sports, weather, traffic.
I'm really glad that we are associated with Real Salt Lake.
Yes.
They are kicking off Pride Month.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Month-long celebration. They're going to be doing stuff at games, not just for Real, but for the Monarchs and the Royals. A whole month-long celebration for Pride Month. And during this time, if you buy a ticket and use the promo code PRIDE, 20% of your ticket purchase will go toward a scholarship for a U of U LGBT student.
Oh, very cool.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Yes.
And that all starts tonight. They are playing Houston tonight at 7:30. So, they have these really cool. I'm going to get one for the Pride Parade on Sunday. They're a rainbow scarf for Pride Month. So it's a Real Salt Lake scarf, but it's a rainbow.
Oh, cool.
I'm going to get one for the parade. That's sports.
All right.
Weather, warmer today and windy, 84 for a high. Traffic, let me refresh this quickly so I can give you the most up-to-date information because things seem to be flowing pretty well this morning. The only accident being reported northbound I-15 200 north in Kaysville, but not really causing many delays in that area. If you see something, you can text it to us, 33986. Snowbird is kicking off summer with its 10th annual Brewfest. The opening of the summer activities, June 9th and 10th. Enjoy fresh mountain air and brews from over 25 breweries. Learn more at snowbird.com, and we'll be there next week.
All right. And is this sponsored?
Yes. I have a bunch of Snowbird sponsorships. So I'm going to pick something else, and we'll tell you more about Snowbird later. Del Taco's Carnitas are back. For a limited time, get 2 Carnitas combo burritos for just $5. Authentic carnitas served fast. It's unfreshing, believable. Price and participation may vary.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
These are things that are bugging you, our friends of the program. Send them to us. If there's something that just, it chaps my hide, then you put it down on an email. In an email, you send it to radiofromhell@x96.com. And if we read it on the radio, it may disappear from your life, but at the very least, maybe it'll make you feel better because you've aired that grievance. Here, I'll begin today with a must-go from Please Do Not Use My Name. Greetings from Utah County.
Hello.
Lords and lady, here is my list of things that must go. Safety seals on vitamin or medicine bottles or peanut butter jars that you have to puncture with a knife to break open.
I kind of like doing that.
Or when you attempt to peel it off, only a small portion of the seal comes off, leaving most of it hanging around the rim of the container. Sometimes, after much effort, the whole seal will come off. Other times, residue or seal pieces remain in place the whole time the container is in use. Will you make them come off neatly? Find a way. And some of them, they do. Mm-hmm. They have a tab, a little tab, and they peel off very nicely, and they all should have that. Also, businesses that give away discounts or coupons, specifically mentioning no purchase necessary, and then bully or hassle you because you take them up on that. Mm-hmm. No purchase necessary? Fine, I'm just here to use my coupon, and they try to push you into buying stuff. And then she says, or he says, thanks for letting me air my grievances, hoping the power of Radio from Hell performs a September miracle and makes these things disappear. Good morning, oligarchs of the radio. My thing that must go is people getting coffee out of the coffee maker in my office before it's done brewing and then proceeding to complain that it's too dark. It's dark because it's not finished brewing. Also, even though it has a stopper, coffee still spills all over the hot plate, and then I have to smell burning coffee. Just no. Thanks for entertaining me, your loyal subject, Pauline. And finally, this one. My thing that must go is Bill constantly interrupting everyone else. Are you unable to keep your yap shut for more than 5 seconds? You, sir, are a contrarian and a one-upper. No, I'm not. You seem so flustered when Gina adds something to your stories, but you can't let anybody else tell a complete story without inserting some obtuse, irrelevant opinion. It ain't all about you, buddy. Don't be a hypocrite. Geek Show says, hey, Gina is great, and Bill, just keep repeating your dad jokes until somebody besides you laughs at them. Wow. Gina?
First one is mine.
I'm going to have to try and be quiet here, Gina.
Okay. I think you'll have a hard time because you know what I'm going to do here.
Well, I know what you're going to do.
We went to a restaurant yesterday. I won't say which restaurant it is. But they have a gas fireplace. And not like one of those gas fireplaces that sort of looks like a real fireplace. It's one of those sleek, modern...
It's got that kind of gel in it.
Yeah.
Or something.
Modern fireplace. Mm-hmm. And on either side of the fireplace are stacks of wood. As if they're just waiting to be thrown on a fire to keep it going.
It's a decoration.
No, it's wrong.
What do you expect them to put there? Propane tanks? Let's stack up little propane canisters.
That would make more sense.
Would be dangerous.
That must go. This from...
Sorry for the dad joke.
This from Katie. People going to the drive-thru with a car window that won't roll down. They have to open their car door and lean out to get the order. They have an awkward attempt at grabbing their food and paying the cashier via an open car door. Just go inside if your window doesn't work.
Been there, and yes, you go inside.
Yeah. Kids not sending out graduation announcements, yet they still expect gifts, and by gifts I mean money, but they can't make the effort to send an announcement. I say if you don't get an announcement, they don't get anything. My thing that must go is Amazon when people answer questions about a product by saying they don't know the answer. For example, question, can you plug this item in or does it only use batteries? Answer, I don't know. I bought it as a gift for my grandson. You don't have to answer the question.
Exactly.
It's not required.
I tell you, but I misplaced it and I don't know where.
But they bother to type it in.
Yeah. I haven't been able to use it yet.
Let's see. Perfect timing to see your request for things that must go on Facebook, as I have my first mammogram on Friday. This torture device must go. There has got to be a better way. Hug this cold, hard machine. Make sure you pretzel yourself into the most uncomfortable position imaginable while your face is also smashed into the machine. Then the nurse will try to physically remove your breast from your body by simultaneously smashing it between two panes of glass. Oh, and hold your breath at the same time. All I'm saying is that if we can shoot a car into space and there are self-driving cars and my iPhone can make my face look like a horse, there's got to be a better way to look at my boobs. Thanks for hearing me rant, Miranda.
All right. These first three are from myself and my wife. First of all, there's a particular restaurant that I'm speaking about. I'm not going to tell you which one. Restaurants that are poorly ventilated. Mm-hmm. I want to eat your food, not smell like it.
Yeah.
And I know which one because I didn't tell them this. Jimmy and Counts came up to my house after they... Have you ever been to this place? It's pretty good.
You knew the minute they walked in.
I knew right away where you had been. This one, people in movies and TV and commercials that manhandle pregnancy tests. She peed on that. It's gross. Stop touching it. Have you ever seen them when they're doing the, is it positive or negative?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're
you're right.
They're just...
You're right. Yes.
They're not being more delicate with it. And this one drives me crazy. Actors that can't make me believe that there is fluid in their coffee cup.
Yeah, that.
Because
or groceries in a bag.
Or groceries in a bag. But the coffee cup is particularly egregious because they got 4. Yeah. That's a lot of fluid and that's heavy, but they're just swinging around. Yeah. So yeah, actors act better. Take a pantomime class or whatever.
When I was an actor, I always insisted, and most actors, if they're you insist you've got to have something in them.
I don't know.
Put something in it.
I don't know why they don't at least have water in them or something. Yeah. Anyway, this one from Colette. Good morning, Lords and Mr. Traffic Lady. Thing that must go. Bluetooth speakers playing music on the golf course while golfing. What part of quiet please don't you get? Perhaps golf isn't for you. If you can't spend 5 hours outside in nature without having to hear loud music playing.
But apparently it's okay at a pool, right, Gina?
It's different. There's no sign at the pool that says quiet, please.
All right. This rule does not apply to Rodney Dangerfield, just so you know. Let's see. Please don't use my name. My coworker's stupid sneeze noise must go. You're a grown-ass woman. Your sneezes should not sound like an effing mouse squeak. You're not cute. You're not dainty. You just sound like an idiot. I've heard the noises you make while you're eating. Your sneeze noise is a lie. Sneeze like an adult. And then finally, this one from Rover. Just a few things this morning. I'm a manager of a restaurant, and I'm always hiring. That must go. I wish that people weren't so shifty and loved making and serving food as much as I do. Second, people go to the effort to schedule an appointment for an interview. I take time out of my day, and they don't show. F those people. Also, people who are late for the interview must go. Third, people who call me at noon to see if I decided to hire them or not. This is the middle of the lunch rush, and the fact that you're not aware enough of your surroundings to realize this helps me make my decision about you. I'm not going to hire you. Fourth, my wife is sitting here with me. When I asked her if she wanted to add anything to the list of things that must go, she simply responded, everything must go.
Oh, that's sad.
Finally, the douchebag who called in just to say he didn't like Carrie. He's got to go. Carrie is at least the third best host of the show.
At least.
At least.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
Crash northbound I-15 at 106 South in Sandy. The cars are on the left shoulder, causing delays back to Draper. Crash northbound Main Street 2200 North. Cars are on the right shoulder there. Crash northbound I-15 200 North in Kaysville. Stay to the left as you exit, as it is off to the right. That's traffic. Summer at Snowbird is coming soon. Starting June 9th, enjoy summer activities, including the aerial tram, mountain coaster, all-new Woodward rectangle, and ninja-style obstacle course. Learn more at snowbird.com. Oh, we're going to tell you even more about that right now.
You know, Snowbird, you just said the Woodward rectangle and ninja obstacle course, making it sound as though those are two different things. No, that's what that is. I just looked it up.
Oh, it is?
At Snowbird.
Okay.
It's a new thing they have up there for their summer activities. It's called the Woodward Rec, and that's WRECK, the Woodward Rectangle. It's located in the pond lot at Entry 2, and it's a ninja obstacle challenge built for kids and adults, designed with an edge that only Snowbird can bring. You can it's got 10 unique fun-filled obstacles. It's impossible not to have the best time ever, it says here. And there are pictures of it. It looks really, really fun. It's a kind of an obstacle course, like the American Ninja thing, but not nearly that, that challenging, but still really cool. Snowbird is opening for summer June 9th. With all of the activities, that rectangle, plus they've got the the mountain coaster, which is so much fun. And I challenge you on the mountain coaster, just go full out on that.
No brakes.
Don't
No
brake,
brakes.
because you won't come off.
Exactly.
Just go. Snowbird activities, we've got Brewfest Saturday and Sunday, June 9th from noon to 6. That's Saturday and Sunday, the 9th and the 10th. Summer activities opening daily, June 9th. You can go to snowbird.com for more details.
Hey, it's Corey O'Brien, and welcome to Wednesday, which feels like Thursday this week, so we've got that going for us. Join me tonight.
Twitter at RFH Bill.
Don't you know who I am?
Radio from Hell on X96.
I didn't think about that. That's true.
What?
ABC doesn't
Money.
really have much on their schedule.
Don't they?
Money.
As far as hits go.
So
703. Yeah.
We have some tickets to now this is our old intern Heidi Shepard, who's gone on to do fabulous things.
She was as I recall, she was a host on the Sirius Playboy
She was for a
radio show for a while.
And now she's lead singer of the Butcher Babies. And X96 is presenting the Kings and Queens tour featuring Non-Point and Butcher Babies June 6th at the Depot. You can buy tickets at smithtix.com and the Depot box office. It is a 21 and older show, but we have some tickets to give away right now. If you would like those, call 877-602-9696.
So I was, you've noticed this new hotel down the street? Looks kind of cool on the outside.
where's
Down
it
on
at?
2nd South, it says AC, the AC Hotel. Haven't you noticed it?
I haven't noticed it.
It's
no.
real. It looks really sleek and nice on the outside, but it looks as though it doesn't. It's not the kind of place that you would think. Well, is there a pool there? You know, it's sort of. You know what I mean? It's,
No, I don't know how you look at a building and say that doesn't look like there's a pool there.
Because it's so sleek and compact. I don't know how to describe it better than that. But so there was an article about it in the Tribune, and it says they have a piece of equipment at the AC Hotel, and by the way, it's a hotel chain owned by Marriott, although it was not started by Marriott.
Oh,
but
good, I can get my reward points then.
They have a prosciutto slicer. Now, prosciutto is a Italian.
It's ham.
It's ham.
Yeah.
And it's a $10,000 prosciutto slicer. It carves paper thin slices of prosciutto.
Because that's how you want it.
Yeah, and they said when it's set correctly, it slices the prosciutto so thin it almost melts in your mouth. That's according to Jared Steer, the manager of the hotel, which is at 255 West on 2nd South. The other thing that's interesting, I mean, the price is that's astronomical. You know, you think, geez, $10,000. It's made by a company called Burkle, and it is absolutely all mechanical. No, it's not electric. It is a mechanical prosciutto slicer.
So
it has this wheel.
Like a hand crank kind of thing?
No, it's a wheel, and you spin the wheel, and it starts the blades going. And it's been made by this Burkle company since 1898.
Wow.
And it is a $10,000 slicer.
Well, why?
Well,
they
explain it.
Okay.
By the way, the manager says if you want to come in and spin the slicer wheel, we'll show you how nice it is.
It's a hotel.
The Antonio Catalan, the founder of the hotel, so AC, his name is Antonio Catalan.
There you go.
He's Spanish, and who is the founder and CEO, insists on having one of these prosciutto slicers in every location of his hotels, of the AC hotels. It's one of several ways he adds a European touch to his sleek, minimalist design. And that's how That's what the building looks like too. It's very sleek and
like a thin slice of prosciutto.
Yeah, kind of. There are 80 AC hotels around the globe, including 40 in North America. It's one of Marriott's moderate to upper price brands. And they say the company's motto is everything you need, but nothing you don't. So do you need a pool? Yeah, probably not.
Well, some people might.
No. Well, yeah, I mean, some people might. Let's see. There is a swimming pool. No, let's see. They have pricey. There are many things it does not offer. They don't have valet or room service. They don't have a conference space.
Wait a minute.
They don't have a swimming pool, and they don't
have a $10,000 prosciutto slicer.
Because he needs that.
I need room service.
Well, then you don't want to stay
How
there.
do you get your prosciutto if they don't bring it to the room? I got to go down to the lobby for prosciutto?
Yes, they have a full service European-style breakfast every morning, and prosciutto is part of that.
Carrie's not going to a hotel without room service.
Yeah, I need my room service.
I like the idea of this kind of a hotel. It's because they don't have valet service because
it's another deal breaker for me. I need valet.
Think of how many times we've gone to hotels, and I do this all the time. I have one small bag or something. Can we help you with your bag? Really, no.
But what if you do need help?
Well, then you go to another hotel.
I go to a whole other hotel if I need help?
You don't go to an AC hotel.
I have to know this making a reservation that I hope I don't have a lot of bags.
I think it's one of those kind of hotels that people who know it use it because they know
it's
know
where the
that's
cool
what it
kids
is.
go.
Yeah.
What you do, Carrie?
Yes.
You get the Grubhub app, and from your room, order room service from Grubhub from your hotel lobby.
It says here they do not allow Grubhub in the no, it doesn't say that.
Well, then I don't know what to tell you.
But I want to go try the meat slicer, the Burkle.
My guess is you have to be a guest at the hotel. You can't just go in and enjoy
Listen, I'm taking the manager, Mr. Steer, at his word. If someone wants to turn the wheel, we will let them.
How's the? Have you used the Grubhub app here in Salt Lake?
I haven't.
I don't trust it.
Yeah, it's everything Gina hates.
Random people in their dirty cars bringing me food? I don't think so.
I'm telling you right now, the Grubhub app does not have a swimming pool or valet service. Has neither of those things, so you don't want it.
Do not trust it. Will not do that.
Now, is Grubhub the same thing? It's not the same thing as Uber Eats.
It's similar. Yeah. I think people who work for Grubhub actually work for it, as opposed to Uber Eats, where you turn on the app and it's kind of when you want.
Now, we used to have that kind of service here in Salt Lake. I forget what it was called. Remember?
Yeah.
But it's when I saw George McFly delivering food to people, I thought, I don't want it. I don't want it. I'm not going to use that. I'm just kidding, Dave. I'm just kidding.
The commercials for Grubhub look great.
Yeah,
it looks like the best service ever.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how effective it is. Because it's like when Lyft just started, there were so few cars. I was just wondering if Grubhub is to the point where it's really good to use now.
Well, we got to give it business.
We'll give it a shot.
Listen,
we got to have something delivered.
I'm getting word here right now that you can send Grubhub to the AC hotel and get some prosciutto.
I don't think so.
I think. Well, is it open yet?
I'm going to try it right now.
I'm getting a message from Bunny who says we used DoorDash at our building. Grubhub wasn't good. DoorDash.
Well, they just got here.
Grubhub just got here. See, that's why you got to wait. Let it build up.
That's right. DoorDash.
Let me ask you this
I need a pastrami sandwich right away. I need to know.
This about car services.
Yes.
So the Uber and Lyft.
Yes.
So my brother-in-law was just in Chicago, and he said Lyft seems to be the dominant service in Chicago.
Well, Lyft is really catching up to Uber.
Those liberal cities, they've stopped using Uber. They've deleted Uber. #delete Uber.
Are you still a Lyft driver?
Officially, I haven't done it in a while.
But are they in fact overtaking Uber, or at least?
No, I would imagine Uber is still the leader overall, but you see.
But no, you're right. In certain cities, it is all about Lyft because there's more.
Right, like I have.
We liberals use only Lyft and not Uber.
Right, like if you were to try to go to LA and get an Uber, it would be hard.
Yeah,
it would be easy to get a Lyft.
I wonder how restaurants feel about Grubhub and.
I'm sure they're fine with it.
Yeah.
Richie says they don't like it. I don't know
why. They don't like Grubhub?
He said they're having problems with it.
Well, then they won't. Then they can say don't. Hey, get it. Have you got the app, Dylan? Have you got it?
I can.
Get the app and
Yeah,
let's
get the
order
app. Let's
something.
take a look
There-
at it.
A lot of restaurants are having difficulty with it because the quality of the food, right? Because people will order it, it's warm, and then if people take a little bit of time, they're not going, oh, well,
They can't
Grubhub-
guarantee the
Yeah,
quality.
they're
So,
not.
so if you're a restaurant that feels that way, then you just say, no, you can't come in my restaurant.
Exactly. And so there are
And
a
I
few
understand
restaurants
that.
here in Salt Lake that I know that have been Grubhub or Uber Eats restaurants and then won't do it. The other thing is there are some that are very popular, like late night places that get too much business. And so they can't, they're just doing straight to go orders for Grubhub and Uber Eats, and they can't keep up with.
Well, see, now I'm getting a lot of people saying that they use Grubhub all the time and they never had an issue and it works. I ordered McDonald's and they seal the bag with stickers so the driver can't steal any fries. Well, maybe he stole them before he put the stickers on. But
less of a worry, I think, from people is that people are going to eat the food or get into it. It's that the food will take too long to
It'll
get
be
there,
cold.
or it'll be cold,
Yeah.
or it's not the same as you would get in the restaurant. So
interesting.
All right, we'll get Grubhub and we'll order something during the show today.
See how it goes.
Yeah.
All right. There we go.
Well, let's make sure the roads are clear for bringing us food from someplace. Crash eastbound 41st South, 5600 West in West Valley. Let's see what else we have here. Crash northbound I-15, 106 South in Sandy. Cars are on the left shoulder, causing delays back to Draper. And crash northbound I-15, 200 North in Kaysville. If you see anything, you can text it to us. I appreciate it when you do. 33986. Summer at Snowbird is coming soon, starting June 9th. Enjoy summer activities, including the aerial tram, mountain coaster, all-new Woodward Rectangle, ninja-style obstacle course. Learn more at snowbird.com.
All right, Boehner's round one coming up here. Your titles for the candidates. Boehner candidate number 1, profiting from tragedy. Boehner candidate number 2, I washed his feet so he could eat. And Boehner candidate number 3, ladies, this is all about empowerment.
All right. We got round one of your Boehner voting along with Big Boy News coming up after these. Stand by.
Back to the... Barry on X96.
All right, 7:19. Time for round one of your Boehner voting. Presenting to you 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. And you will decide with your vote of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves a chance to become Boehner of the Day. If it wins here, it is not Boehner of the Day yet. It must defeat the winner of round 2. Yes, we do this again at 8:20 with 3 more candidates. We take the winners of the 2 rounds and throw them into the Boehner fight at 9:20. That's when Boehner of the Day is decided. So pick your candidate for round 1, your contender. 2 candidates now, then a 3rd candidate after the news. Once you've heard all 3, you'll vote. One of you lucky random Boehner voters will receive
a gift certificate to go see our friends at Gracie's, which is where you recorded the Let's Go Eat show, right, Bill?
Yes, indeed, it is, with Terry Jackson, where we had poutine. You can hear that at x96.com, the letsgoeatshow.com. Yeah. That's it.
Slash nothing?
I'm sorry, I got
slash nothing.
I have 7 things on my mind at this moment, and I shouldn't have. I should be concentrating on what I'm doing.
Right.
And now I am. Here's Boehner candidate number, is it 1? Yes, number 1. Profiting from tragedy. Again, this is one of those things where, yes, you have the right to do it. Okay, fine. But I don't think you should. Parents, police, and gamers alike are denouncing an upcoming video game that will allow players to simulate a school shooting.
Yes.
Saying the publisher wants to make money off the glamorization of tragedies impacting students and teachers across the country. And if in fact this is what they're doing, as it is described, yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Ryan Petty, whose 14-year-old daughter Elena was killed during the February 14th massacre at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, told the Miami Herald that the planned June 6 release of Active Shooter should be canceled.
Yes.
The game, developed by Revived Games, will allow players to act as a SWAT team member or as an active shooter.
Oh, you get to pick.
On a digital distribution platform called Steam, operated by Washington-based Valve. Revived doesn't provide any contact information on its website, but it lists other controversial titles, including Tide Pod Challenge and White Powder Pure Voltage. Quote, "It's disgusting that the Valve Corp is trying to profit from the glamorization of tragedies affecting schools across the country. Keeping our kids safe is a real issue affecting our communities and is in no way a game."
No.
Now, this is not, I don't think that this will make people become active shooters. This will not make people.
It's in
That's
terrible
not what I'm
taste.
talking about. It's not. It's a violent game that I don't think that's going to make. It's
in bad taste.
It's just in horrible taste, and it shouldn't. You shouldn't be trying to profit off that sort of thing. Boehner candidate number 1, profiting from tragedy. Boehner candidate number 2, I washed his feet so he could eat. An Arkansas mom says workers at a local IHOP. That stands for International House of Pancakes, in case you didn't know.
International.
Yeah. They refused to allow her son, who was born without arms, to have breakfast at the restaurant because he eats with his feet.
What?
Alexis Bancroft told local outlet KARK that her 3-year-old boy William has learned in therapy to eat by sitting on a table and use his feet to eat.
That's how
But
he eats.
But when Bancroft and her husband took the kids to an IHOP in Hot Springs for a pancake breakfast on Saturday, the general manager said, "No, sorry, you may not do this."
He doesn't have arms.
She told the family that William couldn't touch the syrup container because of health department regulations. When we got there, I carried him in, I took him to the bathroom, and I washed his feet so that he could eat. I asked her, "Do you ask all of your customers if they wash their hands before they touch the syrup?"
Exactly.
The family was offended and left immediately. The manager was the one who discriminated against my son for having a physical disability. All he wanted was some pancakes.
Kind of curious how that works.
I've seen people do this.
Yeah, I've seen people do it. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's hard to describe. It's I bet if you look up a video right now, you can see someone
Eat pancakes
eating
with your feet,
or just eating with your feet.
Yeah, why don't you be specific and
Yeah.
say eating pancakes at an IHOP? Oh, and why don't you add pancakes with strawberries and whipped cream? Why don't you? A Belgian waffle. How about that? Boehner candidate number 1, I washed his feet so he could eat. Coming up in a moment, Boehner candidate number 3, and I'm telling you, this one is pretty good too. Ladies, this is all about empowerment.
All right, Boehner candidate number 3 for round 1, coming up after this Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by.
Now I'm watching a girl eat a sandwich with feet. You've distracted
She's
me.
eating a sandwich with feet. It's a foot sandwich?
No.
What?
Oh,
Is it like pig's
she's
feet?
making the sandwich first.
With
She's
her
got a
feet.
knife between her toes.
Yeah.
She's cutting the bread.
Yeah.
She's gonna spread some mayo on it.
You know why she's doing that?
Why?
She doesn't have arms.
I know.
See that? You can see right there she doesn't have
I
any
know.
arms. She's really cute.
I know, and it's she's very
And it's adorable.
yeah.
Look at that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Eat one lousy foot, they call you a cannibal.
No, she's
not eating feet, Carrie. She's eating with her feet.
Are we doing news?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It's kind of unusual, isn't it?
It's brought to you by eating with your feet.
Oh, okay.
Well, the world's oldest man.
Is that his last gasp?
Freddie Blom.
Oh.
Spent most of his life as a laborer on a farm and in the construction industry in South Africa, but he soon might be recognized as the world's oldest man. I don't know if he is the world's oldest man or he might be recognized as the world's oldest. Anyway, he gave up drinking many years ago.
No, I like the oldest person stories where they say drinking helped
I
them
have
live.
scotch
Well,
every day.
Yeah,
Well-
I like those people.
Well,
No?
Gina, I'm sorry to interrupt your story here with one of my dad jokes.
Hang on, let me get comfortable. There, okay.
Every day, I smoke 2 to 3 pills, which is local slang for tobacco, tightly rolled into a cigarette length of newspaper. These are huge cigarettes. So when he says he smokes 3 cigarettes every day, 3 pills, I mean, that's a lot of tobacco.
That's a lot.
Yeah. The urge to smoke is so strong, I just tell myself, I'm going to stop, but it's just me lying to myself. My chest raises to have a puff, and then I'm forced to make another one. I blame the devil. It's the devil.
It's the devil.
Because he's so strong. The devil is in tobacco.
And it's called nicotine, and it's a chemical.
It's a devil, Carrie. The former farm worker who turned 114
Wow.
on May 8th is said to be the oldest person still alive. All that's yet to be verified. Oh, I see why they... Yet to be verified by the Guinness Book of World Records. The title was last held by a Jamaican woman, Violet Moss Brown, until 15 September 2017. She died at the age of at 117. So Guinness is still trying to verify that this guy might be the world's oldest person, man or woman.
Okay.
So,
Hail Satan!
And-
Hail Satan!
you could substitute the word tobacco. Utahns will be voting on whether they want medical marijuana this election, and they will be voting on Medicaid expansion. But voters will not get a chance to decide the fate of an initiative aimed at ensuring that candidates will continue to have a dual path to the primary ballot by either collecting signatures or by using the caucus convention system. Lieutenant Governor Spencer Cox announced the decisions on Tuesday after final counts by his office of petition signatures, plus thousands of late forms from some signers asking that their names be removed. So there was a campaign on the medical marijuana where people were going around saying you should have your name removed from that petition that you signed. And some people did that, and they did take that into account. Planned and current lawsuits still raise questions about whether these two initiatives will actually appear on the ballot. It's far from the end. It's only the end of the beginning, said Rich McKeon, executive chairman of Count My Vote, the election law initiative, vowing quick legal action to challenge that decision. 2 other initiatives, which did not face signature removal battles, will also appear on the ballot. One to expand Medicaid to 150,000 low-income Utahns, and another one to allow an independent commission to redraw political boundaries. Now, so what does that mean? Right now, whoever controls the legislature gets to set the boundaries, the voting districts.
And they're wonky.
They're very and if the Democrats had been in control, they would have tried
Sure.
to district it so that the Democrats would have more power. So what the proposal has been, and other states do this now, they have an independent commission made up of both Republicans and Democrats, and they have to come to some kind of a consensus on how to draw the political boundaries, which is probably a better way to do it.
Yes.
Now, are you going to do this in sports about the Real Monarchs coach? Did you hear about this?
What?
Hear about that?
The coach of the Real Monarchs, the head coach, has been suspended after being charged with multiple misdemeanor counts of domestic violence and reportedly trying to persuade his accuser to stop talking to the cops and prosecutors about her allegations. Mark Briggs is scheduled to appear in Draper Justice Court June 12th to answer the charges, including 2 counts of domestic assault, domestic violence in the presence of a child, and other charges. The Salt Lake Tribune reported the charges on Tuesday. The Monarchs parent club, of course, Real Salt Lake, suspended Mr. Briggs, according to a statement. He's been placed on administrative leave while the club investigates the allegations against him. The assistant coach, whose name is Jameson Olave, he's an assistant coach. He'll take over coaching duties while Briggs is suspended, starting with Tuesday's match against Sacramento Republic FC, according to the statement. And then the club says we don't really have any further comment on it until there's a complete investigation into all of the charges. Utah State University, didn't notify other universities about sexual harassment allegations against 2 former USU employees, despite the president, Noel Crockett, saying, oh yeah, we did that. An investigation into sexual harassment, discrimination, and abuse within USU's music department, which involved interviews with 60 witnesses, the evaluation of hundreds of pages of documents, resulted in an 18-page report that said 2 current and 2 former Utah State University music faculty members had been accused of sexual harassment. Investigators recommended disciplinary action for the 2 current employees listed in the report. Well, the president of the university, Noel Crockett, announced on April 6th that Gary Amano, former head of the piano program, had retired, and Dennis Hurst would no longer serve as an interim piano program coordinator, although he was going to stay at the school. Now, asked about 2 former USU employees mentioned in the report but not identified, they didn't have their names in there, along with Hurst and Amano, Noel Crockett said, we've notified where noted the faculty where they are currently employed to alert them of this report. So these 2 people have jobs at other universities.
Okay.
And Noel Crockett, the president of Utah State University, said, we alerted those schools that they had been accused of these of sexual harassment. Well, no.
Didn't happen.
No, the schools were not notified. Several weeks after the press conference, when asked to clarify Noel Crockett's statement, a spokesman for Utah State University, Tim Vitale, said, no, it wasn't accurate. We haven't notified anybody about this. They're working there. That's
why would you not?
Well, maybe I guess the best case. Why would you not notify them? That's the big question, of course. But
are they your friends and you just want them to get another job and not?
One of them, apparently, there's an active police investigation.
Ooh.
So I don't know why. Now, it is certainly possible that Noel Crockett, the president of the university, thought that it had been done when she made her comment that yes, of course we notified those other, but no, hadn't happened. Frances Bean Cobain, the daughter of our dearly departed Kurt Cobain, Nirvana. Her ex-husband, the one she was having all of that hassle with about Kurt Cobain's guitar, he wouldn't. So they get divorced. Frances Bean and this guy get divorced. Isaiah Silva. And he keeps this guitar, Kurt Cobain's guitar, the one he used on the Unplugged performance that's so famous on MTV.
And she so badly wanted to get out of the divorce, she said, keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
I don't want to fight about it anymore.
But then she wanted it back. But then she wanted it back, and he wouldn't give it to her. And so there was a court fight, and she got it back.
No, she didn't.
Didn't she?
No.
Oh, I thought she got it back.
No.
I thought she finally got it back.
No. she said, I want out of this marriage so bad. Keep it.
Well, anyway, the allegations are that her manager, Sam Lufty, so Isaiah Silva is suing Love, her manager Sam Lufty, and 13 Reasons Why actor Ross Butler, and a private investigator and musician Michael Schenk, among others, for conspiring to kill him. So he claims
they broke into his house.
Yeah.
He claims they came
to steal the guitar.
This place, open up, and he opens it up, and it's this old bodyguard, and a bunch of people went in and roughed him up and threatened to kill him, and said, "Give us back the guitar." And they said that Courtney Love hired them to go rough him up and threaten to kill him. And
yeah, at first I thought this story was, but now I believe it. Now I totally believe it. I believe it happened, and
Courtney
I believe
Love's crazy,
and I believe he deserved it.
Yeah, on all fronts.
Yeah, they said they grabbed him by his genitals through his pants and said, "Listen, we will drag you upstairs and take turns on you if you don't shut up."
Oh.
I believe every word.
Yeah, I think so.
Sounds. Yeah.
I thought. Oh no, yeah.
It's a big mess of dysfunction.
And see, I thought she'd gotten that guitar back, but it's she lost the.
She at some point just said, "This is not worth fighting anymore."
She did take it to court.
Yeah.
But then, the courts kind of were not siding with her, and so.
Because it was a gift.
Yeah.
She gave it to him.
All right.
He's a jerk.
Weather, traffic.
Weather, quite a bit warmer today. We got high pollen counts. That's always fun. And windy later, 84 for a high.
Is it really fun to have high pollen counts?
No, it's not, actually.
You were being sarcastic.
Yes. Let's see. Friend of the program sent in a traffic alert. Where did it go? Send it back, whoever sent it in. We get a lot of texts in, and it pushes down your traffic alerts. So if you see something, send it back, 33986. Crash southbound I-15, milepost 330, Layton Parkway in Davis County, off to the right shoulder. Crash westbound SR 201, Bangor Highway, the off-ramp there, right shoulder being affected. Crash northbound 5600 west, 54th south in West Valley. Stalled vehicle northbound I-15, 9th south off-ramp in Salt Lake. The right lane is closed there. That's traffic.
Here's Boehner candidate number 3. Ladies, this is all about empowerment. A Las Vegas teacher is accused of threatening to open fire at a concert, and she allegedly aspired to empower women to become serial killers.
We've had this one already.
No.
Are you sure? Okay.
Well, keep going.
Keep going.
Leslie McGordy, a 48-year-old physics teacher, was arrested earlier this month on suspicion of making a threat to commit an act of terrorism.
Yeah, earlier. Yeah. I'm sorry. I swear we've done this one.
No, well, I didn't do it. Maybe I wasn't here. Police released a series of text messages from the Bonanza High School educator who wrote to a friend that she wanted to be remembered and planned to poke a lot of holes in a lot of people during a May 19th concert in downtown Las Vegas. A perfect plan with my favorite song surrounded by a bunch of effed up misfits like I am, she said. Imagine knowing exactly the moment you're going to die. I know exactly that your favorite song will be playing by your favorite band. It's too perfect. In other messages, she waxed poetic about a hashtag #MeToo movement in which women feel empowered to become serial killers. When presented with her own text messages, Ms. McGordy didn't have much of a reaction, according to investigators. She was removed from the classroom and arrested on school grounds, released on bail, scheduled to appear in court in June. Ladies, this is all about empowerment. Boehner candidate number 3.
All right. So let's review the first two and vote.
Boehner candidate number 1, profiting from tragedy. A company is trying to put out a game called Active Shooter, which would take place at a school. Boehner candidate number 2, I washed his feet so he could eat. An international house of pancakes allegedly refusing to serve an armless boy who eats with his feet. And Boehner candidate number 3, ladies, this is all about empowerment.
All right, you've got to decide. This is round 1, so you've got to pick a contestant that you think could go all the way and win Boehner of the Day. If it wins here, it goes up against the winner of round 2. We do that again at 8:20 with 3 new candidates. We take the 2 winners, throw them into the Boehner fight at 9:20, and that's when Boehner of the Day is decided. So pick your contender from this round 1. 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number. Put that candidate number in the message of a text, and then text that to 33986. Or you can call 877-602-9696. Looks like Nick is taking votes in the producer's booth. Or you can go to x96.com and look for the box that says Boehner voting May 30 and vote there. You've got less than 300 seconds to do it, though. So pick the one you think has the better chance of becoming Boehner of the Day. This is round 1.
Gina, most people, when you go to a party and someone turns on the TV, the party goes from within about 15 minutes to everybody staring blankly at the television.
That's true.
And not talking to each other.
That is true.
So it'll be a good thing to do at the party.
Yeah.
The point of the party, if you're having a TV party, then yeah, turn on the TV.
Yeah.
Otherwise, don't.
Yeah.
Is that why your parties don't work,
I don't
Gina?
know.
Could that
I'm not
be it?
good at having parties.
When's the last time you gave a party?
I don't know. What counts as a party? Is having people over a party? Or do you have to have, like, a celebration of something?
No, I think if you invite people over, it's a party. Even if it's a family dinner, it's a family dinner party.
Oh, then we have those all the time.
Do you?
Yeah.
And the TV goes on.
No.
After dinner?
No. No TV.
During dinner?
No. Music.
Oh.
That's it. No TV.
I love people who watch TV during dinner and have TVs in their kitchens and stuff. That's just really odd,
Just says,
I think.
we don't want to talk to each
Yeah.
other ever for any reason.
Yeah, it's just really strange. I knew a family who had a small TV on their dinner table, and they would eat dinner and watch television.
Sitting on the table.
Yeah, sitting on the corner of the dinner table, a small television, and it was on when they ate dinner.
So they never talked to each other.
No, not much.
Maybe that kept the fights down.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Now, when we watch TV and eat at the same time, it's because usually we don't have the time to do them both proper.
So then do you take
we
the
have to
food to the
combine.
couch?
Yeah. Take the food downstairs.
When I first met my wife, I was not adverse to doing that. I was also not adverse to having a television in the bedroom, and she was against both of those things. And so we have not done them in, I haven't done them in years, and now I can't imagine doing it.
Even having a TV in your bedroom?
No, God, no. No TV in the bedroom.
Why?
Especially not in the bedroom.
Why especially not in the bedroom?
Because
you don't like to get under the covers and...
Because it's useless. For me, it's useless. If I had a TV in the bedroom, I mean, when I go in the bedroom and get in the bed, you know what I do? Bonk, sleep. Within 2 minutes, I'm out. And if there was a TV in the bedroom, I would be out within 30 seconds. I mean, it would serve no use. It would just serve absolutely no purpose to me to have a TV in the bedroom.
Got to have a TV in the bedroom.
Do you always watch TV before you go to bed?
No. No, it gets turned on maybe once a week.
But you got to have it.
But you got to have it. Those Saturday mornings when you wake up and you're not going anywhere and you're just kind of lying there, you're like, oh, let's see what's on.
Yeah.
That'd be
Let's
nice.
watch little cartoons.
See,
That would be nice.
You know what you need?
You know.
You need what we have is like a cabinet that you can just totally
Yeah.
shut it off.
That's
so
what we have.
So you can
Well, and then
pretend there's no TV in there until you really
The other
want
reason
one.
you need the TV in the bedroom is, well, the porn. But that's
Well, yeah,
another subject altogether that
They have porn on TV?
Sure.
You can put the porn on TV.
Really?
Uh-huh.
You control the vertical. You control the horizontal.
No, the porn controls the vertical.
It's 7:45. Time to award round one of your Boehner voting.
And round one of the Boehner voting is brought to you in part by Pork Chops.
And Wednesday nights at Gracie's are sure to please. Geeks Who Drink trivia from 6:30 to 8:30, followed by Breaking Bingo from 8:30 to 10. Win prizes up to $2,000 in a jackpot. Nice. Plus live music by Michelle Moonshine Show at 7. Adults only.
We had Boehner candidate number one profiting from tragedy. Video game maker announcing that they were going to release a single or an active shooter game kind of based on high school shootings. Really in poor taste now. I guess the word has come through that they've withdrawn the game. They're not going to do it.
Well, Steam is the distributor of the game, and they're not going to distribute it.
And but it's still awful.
Yes.
Boehner candidate number two, I washed his feet so he could eat. So a mother who was not allowed to, well, her son was not allowed to eat at a IHOP restaurant. He eats with his feet. He doesn't have, he doesn't do it because as a trick. It's because he doesn't have any arms, and he learned how to eat with his feet at a rehab place, and the IHOP wouldn't allow him to do it. And then Boehner candidate number three, ladies, this is all about empowerment. A woman who said she wanted to be a serial killer or a shooter and wanted to empower other women to become serial killers, because you know that. Let's see. Josh won the gift card to Gracie's. Try the poutine, Josh. And the winner going away, number two, I washed his feet so he could eat.
All right. Well, hey, you pick them. We don't. That's the winner of round one's Boehner voting. That is now a contender. It has a chance to become Boehner of the day. It has to defeat the winner of round two. Yes, we do this again with 3 different new Boehner candidates at 8:20. Then we take the 2 winners. Boehner fight is at 9:20. That's when Boehner of the day will happen.
So
So?
Soccer parents.
I'm not even one, and I'm exhausted.
This is the Carrie. What?
Just you
were right to feel that way because this is an exhausting time of the year.
Every time you tell these stories, I just think to myself, God, why do you do it?
It's tryout time. So soccer season ended.
So you're auditioning for a team.
Got your costume together,
right? Your soccer costume.
You got your best 3 minutes.
Yeah. It's insane, and I would just like to tell parents, and I am one of you, none of your kids are going to be professional soccer players. Oh, no, well, you've never seen my kid.
They're right, you haven't.
But yeah, well, you said, but my kid. Look.
What difference does it make?
They're nuts. The parents are crazy about what team their kids are going to get on, and if they get in front of the right coach, and we've been playing for this club, but I want to see if I can be in that club, and the grass is always greener somewhere else, and maybe you're all, the kids just want to play soccer. It's all the same soccer.
Well, no.
You're making.
I mean, some teams are good and some teams suck.
Now, I know what you're saying. They're saying, yeah, but if you get on this club and you get with this coach, and then you get in front, that team travels to this tournament, and at that tournament, the college coaches go and they watch the.
Well, it's true. It's true. Listen, my friends have a son who is a basketball player. And he played at Catholic High School, played basketball at Catholic High School, really wanted to play for a college, and so he's done, they did everything to help groom him to do that. Mm-hmm. And he's playing at a junior college recruited him. He played a couple of years there. Another college has now recruited him in the Midwest somewhere, in Iowa or something. He's going to play college basketball there. Who knows? But they sort of, it's something he wanted to do. So, I mean, if the kids want to do it. This is my point.
I think a lot of this is more parents than kids. I keep Muhammad in soccer because he lives and breathes it.
And he might be famous someday. He might be a famous soccer player someday.
No, I don't care.
Is he good?
Yeah, Yeah.
Well, then why are you throwing water on your own son's?
I'm not throwing water on it. I don't want him to be a professional soccer player. Do you know how many professional soccer players make a decent living? Just a decent living. Just a okay living.
Well,
not
ones,
many.
but the ones who do. He's like
he
goes to
goal
Europe.
Shouldn't be for your kid to be a professional soccer player.
My goal for my kids is to be way more successful than they already are, so that I don't have to work anymore.
There are the very few top tier, and the guys under there, they struggle. Professional soccer players,
sure,
to just make a living.
And you know why they do it? Because they love to do it, and their mothers didn't crap all over it.
I'm not crapping all over it. I will be as involved in this as Muhammad wants to be, and as hard as he works, and if he doesn't let things like school go by the wayside.
Well, that's good.
But of 1,000 kids, how many will get the scholarship or the?
Okay, here's another thing.
Few in 1,000.
Even if you get a scholarship to college, you're not going to get a full ride scholarship. This shouldn't be your plan to get your kid into college is with soccer. It should be a side note of he's going to college to be this, but he also likes to play soccer.
It's the plan if the kid is kind of dumb.
It's not a plan.
It's not.
The money you spend on competition soccer, you would be better, and I say that, spending it. I write these checks.
Well, I'm not.
You would be better off spending that, putting it in a college account. I'm serious.
I'm just not
For
sure
some
how.
people, this is their plan to get their kid to college.
But I'm just not sure how this affects you.
It doesn't.
If they want to do that,
I think
that's
you're making your kids crazy.
But that's not your business.
No, this is an observation, is all.
Well, you're chastising. You're shaking your finger at them.
Just saying, make it about the kids, and if they're that into it and you're being supportive of that, great. But all of this, fretting.
The only time I would say that it's and excuse me for interrupting with one of my dad jokes here. the only time I really would think that it's what you're saying is if the kid doesn't really want to do it. If the kid goes, I don't want to play soccer that much. No, we've got to. Then it's a problem.
That's
but
what
if the
I'm
kid is
saying.
gung ho for it, and then the parent should be gung ho for it.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying all this jockeying for getting them on this specific team and getting them.
Let's run back and forth.
Yes.
I mean, there is some part, not necessarily the scholarship though, but there are some kids that if they have this aptitude to be good at soccer, football, baseball, or whatever, it may actually be the difference of getting them into college at all.
No, that's true.
I don't understand why my parents couldn't have been more supportive of me. If they'd been more supportive of me, I would have achieved my goal and been a spaceman and walked on the moon. But no!
This is just a plea to the parents to take a breath and make it be about the kids and how involved they are in it.
Answer me this question, though. How can I have my kids fulfill everything I didn't do in my youth?
That is part of it.
If they don't go full out, more than I ever did, pushed beyond the limits that I allowed myself to be pushed, how can I accomplish what I wish I would have without kids?
You really need to get on having some children,
Well, I
Stedman.
know.
That's what you need to do.
I have one, and that's plenty.
It's okay. It's
just all I'm saying is just if they want to do it, if the kids want to do it, go all out.
I know.
Mom, I want to get on that team. That team is and that's okay. Fine. I'll try and help facilitate that.
Some texts. Gina is right. Mother of 3 comp soccer players. Soccer parents are nuts, and this time of year is cuckoo. Club hopping ruins team assignments because of crazy parents.
Yeah. I'm just saying it's okay. Quit trying to make them all superstars.
I think you're all just these parents are highly motivated, and you lazy parents just don't get it.
Steph says, we've had kids who end up with baseball scholarships and even had a couple drafted to the MLB. The ratio is so damn small, though, that we constantly have to remind parents that we are here for fun.
Right.
So many of those kids burn out before they get to high school.
Maybe you're there for fun. I'm there for my retirement.
I'm, of course, joking when I say nobody. Of course, a very, very small percentage of them are going to go on. And
You
do something.
talk to
But-
Dale Murphy's parents, who are sitting pretty out there in Roy.
It's just
talk to Jim McMahon's dad.
Yeah,
he got a new kidney. I don't.
Hey, I agree that soccer parents are insane, but every single player on my club team went to play collegiate soccer on scholarship, both athletic and academic, and one girl went to play professional. Damn it, it can happen, Gina.
No, it can, but there are thousands of kids playing comp soccer.
I just, with this comp soccer, I keep asking the question, who's getting rich here?
The organization.
Exactly.
The comp organization.
That's what you need to be looking at. And the tyranny of the organization. There's so much time.
YSO, is it?
Is that it? So much time and money is taken out of the parents.
No,
for this.
and I opt into it, and I will do it as long as my kiddo is into it, and he's very into it. So I am in there with you, soccer parents. I'm just saying, calm down. It's okay.
Just calm down, because it's her kid that's going to be the star.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you get out of the way, he'll have.
And Sue,
that's what she's trying to do. She's trying to jockey her kid into a better team.
And Sue has reminded me that we can't have another dog until we can get on the waiting list for Barkington Preschool, because it's the best.
Barkington.
A lot of guys become fathers, and they don't know the first thing about being a father. No, you don't. Janine, do not stand there. You have to run. Soccer is a game of running. For a game of standing around, as you seem to think it is, we wouldn't need shoes. We would just wear socks or go barefoot. Janine, would you prefer I get in my car and drive you up and down the field? Huh? Or do you want me to get you a rickshaw? How about that? I'll run you up and down the field in a rickshaw. Welcome to China, Janine.
Janine went on to be
a professional
star soccer player.
Professional soccer player. Sorry. Crash southbound I-15 milepost 330, Layton Parkway in Davis County, right shoulder being affected there. Crash westbound SR201 Bangerter Highway off-ramp in West Valley. Crash northbound 5600 west, 54 south in West Valley, right lane is closed there. And a stalled vehicle northbound I-15 9 south off-ramp in Salt Lake, right lane is closed.
All right, there we go.
Coming up.
Round 2 of the Boehner voting.
Yeah, and I think we're going to have a visit from a political candidate, someone who's running for Senate here in the state of Utah. We'll keep you in suspense as to who it might be.
Is there a...
I'm not going to say it.
Okay, let me go get my oil can. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
All right, stand by. KXRK Provo.
X96.
All right, it's very exciting.
We have here, not
the MintBot 3000.
No.
Kinda hoping.
In the studio right now with us is Jenny Wilson, who is the Democratic candidate for Senate here in the state of Utah. The seat that was vacated by what's his name? Who's leaving?
Jason Chaffetz.
Oh
no,
that
Jason Chaffetz is
well,
not a
let's
senator.
No, not
Jenny,
Jason Chaffetz.
Jenny might know.
Orrin Hatch.
Yeah.
Orrin Hatch.
Old Orrin. And
Yeah.
Jenny's here. Now, we've reached out to Mitt Romney's people, and also to Kennedy's, and they won't show up. They won't come here, I don't think.
Won't.
Well, I don't know. Mitt might. He's
Mitt
just
doesn't need to, though.
He's just adventurous enough that he might do it. But Jenny was at the debate last night between Mr. Romney and Mr. Kennedy, and had some interesting things to say about it. And I'm just looking at these notes, and it says the most interesting thing about the debate were the things that were not covered.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been involved in government for quite some time. I was a chief of staff in Washington, D.C. in the 90s for Bill Orton. And it felt like a very traditional debate. I mean, I think it was important to ask questions about North Korea. It's important to touch on foreign policy. But we didn't get into issues regarding how Utahns are feeling today.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard stories on the campaign trail over and over about people just really struggling to make it. Yet the debate didn't really touch on those issues. You know, the issues related to, they did get into health care coverage and the repeal of the Affordable Care Act. And of course, both of them they favor an outright repeal.
Because Mitt Romney wants to repeal the kind of health care that he established when he was governor of Massachusetts.
That's right. And Kennedy did kind of point that out.
Mm-hmm.
But in any event, it was just, I don't think the format really allowed for the discussion that I would like to have. I mean, I've been traveling the state, and I know that people are really suffering. And we so often hear, we have such a great state. Look at our 3.1% unemployment. Look at our economy and how it's on fire.
Mm-hmm.
But those aren't the stories I hear. Big business
what?
is telling those stories.
Sure.
I went and on Memorial Day, we talked as a team what to do, and I decided we should do something that's more action-oriented, and we went down and helped serve beverages and breakfast in the park, and Pioneer Park to the homeless.
Mm-hmm.
The Salt Lake City Mission put that on. And I actually engaged with probably 5 to 8 homeless individuals and really got to what they need, and they need housing. And the people I talked to were actually very polite and really wonderful people, and they've been waiting for several years for housing.
Well,
and the federal government has a role in that.
Did they talk about the opioid crisis in the debate? Because Utah's really been a big part of suing the drug manufacturers.
Several counties suing.
Yeah, it didn't come up.
Didn't come up.
That's an issue I've been working on at the local level, and it's one that is very much part of my day job as a county council member, is trying to figure out how we can attack that issue. And
because that's part of the homeless issue too. That's adjacent to that.
It's homelessness. We often see both mental illness and substance abuse kind of coexist in terms of a person's challenges. And the opioid crisis, because of what's happened with the drug manufacturers, Orrin Hatch being one of the offenders. He received hundreds of thousands from the very manufacturers that misled the public.
Yeah.
And that's pretty clear. That's why the county's suing and others are suing throughout the nation.
So it seems what I'm hearing Jenny Wilson say is that the debate between Mitt Romney and Kennedy didn't really, it was mostly about national things and didn't really address the Utahns.
I don't think the word rural Utah came up once, which is so surprising. We have 29 counties. They didn't get into job creation, which is what I hear when I leave. I know that there's this idea that some of the people in these counties are really wanting to be on the government dole. No, they want jobs. And we can't, in our counties throughout, outside of the Wasatch Front, we're in a position to, the tourist economy isn't raising wages.
Yeah, you can't depend totally on that.
So we have to look at how the federal government can support training and job creation and helping industry come in. Part of it's a state issue. And, You know, in the 90s, I had the opportunity to travel over a third of the state with Congressman Bill Orton because he had a very large district in terms of the land and the area that he represented. And I'm telling you, getting back to some of those counties, not just as they're with the kids enjoying southern Utah, but they're working. Things haven't changed much.
How do you encourage industry to move to those areas and employ those people?
Well, I think the first thing is if you look at the federal government role, there are a lot of grants and there are a lot of federal opportunities. And I think, last night what we heard is cut programs. Yeah. And there are very important, vital programs, and we have to get our fair share. I think we have to get beyond clearly, and I offered a plan recently on the tax bill that cuts part of the growing deficit due to that tax bill. So I am very conscientious of our debt and our deficit, but we can't cut good programs, and we have to take advantage. I look at Medicaid expansion. That is probably, in my opinion, the single biggest failure of our state in my time in public life.
Geez, we've just dithered about it for years now, and it's ridiculous.
And we're giving our hard-earned tax dollars are given over to Texas and other states that have expanded Medicaid.
Yeah.
So
I know you've made a pledge, or you've got a program here where you've said you will do town hall meetings, and you don't think that politicians do town hall meetings often enough. Now they get scared. The last one Chris Stewart did was people yelled at him for an hour, and they don't want to. They don't like that. He doesn't like that. Now, to his credit, he stood there and took it.
Yeah.
But
Mia Love hasn't had one.
Well, I don't think she's had any town hall meetings. But
that is unbelievable to me. If there's one thing an elected official should do is engage with their constituency. And, people are right to be frustrated for various reasons. And it's not always pleasant. I'm an elected official now. I'll open up my door and somebody will come sit down and I listen for a while. So, what's an hour of people expressing their frustration?
And if in fact it's them yelling at you for an hour, at least you know how they feel.
There you go.
Yeah. So what you've made some kind of a pledge to have town hall meetings all over the state? Or?
Yeah, there's a national organization that's asking candidates to have at least 4 a year, which I think is a ridiculous number. So I actually said, no, I will hold an open town hall meeting in person every year to at least once in every county, and more often,
Every year? At least once in every county. So 20, how many counties are there?
29.
29 town hall meetings a year?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's crazy.
It's 1 year. We have 4
if you're a
to
representative
6.
for those people,
of course you need to do that.
Yeah, that just
and
makes sense.
if you live in Kanab, you may not be able to travel to St. George to a town hall meeting.
So
I gotta get to
Wilson,
Kanab.
Senator Jenny Wilson will go to Paiute County every year.
Every year.
Emory County every year.
Of course. I mean, there are many breaks where the Senate is not in session for a full week. And that's what our electeds should be doing.
Okay, well that's how. If you want to be if you want to be responsive to your constituents, that's okay. If that's what you want to do.
Silly me.
Jenny Wilson, we got to take a break and get on to some other stuff. But thanks for stopping by. The election, Jesus, coming fast, isn't
November 6th.
And you'll be presumably having at least one debate with Mitt Romney. We would presume before that time.
I have my party's nomination. I won at convention. Romney and Kennedy's determination for them is a primary election on June 26th.
Yeah. All right. Thanks. Nice to see you.
Thank you
Good
very
to
much.
see you. Thank you.
Good to see you again.
Oh, you want me to do traffic
If
now?
you don't
Do you want me to
mind.
do traffic in all 29 counties? No,
just make that pledge, Gina.
Crash westbound SR 201 Banter Highway off-ramp in West Valley. Crash southbound I-15 milepost 330 Layton Parkway in Davis County. Crash westbound SR 201 Banter Highway off-ramp in West Valley. That's off to the right shoulder. And crash northbound 5600 west, 5400 south. That's traffic.
We've got Boehner's round 2 coming up. Here are your candidates. Boehner candidate number 1. I did this as a safety measure. Number 2, it's porn. Porn, I tell you. And number 3, graveyard swastika spree.
All right. Boehner's round 2 and Big Boy News coming up after these.
X96 is your home for non-stop music. We give you a 1 hour non-stop music wingding 3 times a day.
That's how desperate I am.
At 10 a.m., right after Radio from Hell.
We're desperate.
At 1 p.m., while you're listening in the workplace.
She's so completely wrong.
And at 4:30 for your drive home.
Just kill me now.
1 hour non-stop music wingdings 3 times a day.
I think I've actually gotten stupid just standing here listening to you describe it.
At 10, 1, and 4:30, only on X96.
Here's what Kerry Jackson is doing when he's not on the air.
Captain's log, stardate 2233.1. I am all alone on the bridge of the Enterprise. Some sort of mysterious cosmic ray has vaporized my entire crew. I may be the only one left alive. Wait, who's there?
It's me, Captain.
Yeoman Rand. Yeoman Rand, thank God you're alive.
Yes, Captain, and I feel so safe knowing you're still here. You know I've always been attracted to you. Let's make love right here on the bridge.
Oh, come on, Sharon. You're not saying it like you mean it.
Carrie, I hate this game. Can't we just have sex like normal people?
Oh, come on, Sharon. You know that this is the only way I can get it up.
I hate this costume. This wig looks like a woven basket on my head, and the 2 folding chairs and a card table does not make the bridge of the Enterprise.
What?
Turn off the sound effects. I'm leaving.
Oh, okay. If you don't like this game, how about we play the Battlestar Galactica game? I'll be Boxy, and you can be my little robot buddy, Muffet.
Oh, God.
Help, Muffy, help! I'm trapped and the Cylons are coming.
Here's what Bill Allred is doing when he's not on the air.
Henrietta Pussycat, you may approach your king.
Meow, 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 King Friday. How I've longed for this moment. Meow, meow. Are you sure Queen Sarah is away?
Quite. The trollop is off somewhere in the land of make-believe with Bob Dog. My spies tell me that the 2 of them are mating like a pair of crazed weasels in rut.
Then now is our chance, my liege. Meow. Take me here, meow. Now, right in the throne room.
Come on, Sharon, you're not getting into this at all.
Well, Bill, you look pretty stupid in that bathrobe, fake beard, and Burger King crown, and wearing those white socks on your hands to make them look like puppets is just not working. Can't we just do it in the normal way?
Oh, come on, Sharon, you know I can't get it up the normal way. Okay. If you can't do this, how's about the Sesame Street game? Now, I'm going to be Bert, and you can be Ernie.
Ernie, bend over and pick up that bar of soap I dropped this morning, would ya?
Bill Allred, Gina Barberi. What you got there is Radio from Hell on X96.
All right, 8:20 right now. Time for round 2 of your Boehner voting. 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. And you've got to decide, of these 3 candidates, which one is the worst and therefore most qualified to go forward to Boehner fight and get that chance to become Boehner of the day. If it wins here, it goes up against the winner of round 1. That happened last hour. You missed that.
Maybe you didn't. Maybe you've been listening.
Maybe you're still here. Hopefully you are. But so here we go.
It's useless to speculate, you guys.
Find a round 2 candidate that you think has a chance to become Boehner of the day. 2 stories now, then a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you'll vote. One of you lucky random Boehner voters will receive.
Did you go there yesterday, Bill? Excel Automotive Repair?
I did indeed.
They fix up your car?
That one mechanic whose name I never remember.
Mm-hmm.
It's John.
Yeah.
He came and he looked at my car and he hooked up the little machine and said, "I'll just turn that light off. I think you're fine."
I don't know how Excel stays in business. They do that all the time. And they pay for our Boehner T-shirts.
So, Boehner candidate number 1. I did this as a safety measure. A firefighter in Texas has admitted to hiding a camera inside a fake smoke detector in his ex-girlfriend's bathroom. Edgar Benito Aguilar, a 31-year-old firefighter in Fort Worth, Texas, arrested earlier this month after the woman told police she found the camera inside a replica smoke detector in her bathroom that was facing her shower. The woman told police in March she thought Mr. Aguilar, who is the father of her son, was responsible for installing that camera. He had regular access to the woman's home since they shared custody of the boy. The woman accused Mr. Aguilar of ongoing harassment dating back years, saying there were several incidents that made her believe that he was somehow watching her. You know, he said certain things.
Mm-hmm. How could he know that?
Yeah. The woman told investigators she believed Mr. Aguilar was behind some missing personal items from her home as well. Mr. Aguilar faces several charges. Investigators say they believe he installed the device with the intention of recording nude footage of her in the shower, but no data or images were found. Aguilar has been released from jail after posting bond. Boehner candidate number 1. I did it as a safety measure. You know, you need to keep an eye on her. Something happened, or my son was there. Here's Boehner candidate number 2. It's porn, I tell you. Republican Representative Diane Black of Tennessee recently cited pornography. Along with the deterioration of the family and, of course, violent movies as a contributing factor to gun violence in schools. Black made the remarks during a listening session with local pastors last week. Why do we see kids being so violent, she said. What out there? What makes them do it? Well, because as a nurse.
As a nurse.
Which is really close to a scientist. Because as a nurse, I go back to the root causes, and I think it's a couple of things. First off, pornography. This is causing violence and school shootings. It's available. It's available on the shelf when you walk into the grocery store.
Oh, Cosmopolitan is what she's
Well,
talking
yeah,
about.
I mean, you have to reach up there to get it, but there's pornography there.
But what?
All of this is available without parental guidance.
What about that?
It's because it causes young people to have mental illnesses.
What?
She also, that's about her only detail about how she thinks pornography causes school shootings.
It's anything but.
I think this context is pretty clear, she said. Her campaign spokesman said, Diane believes the breakdown of families and communities plays a significant role in instances of school violence, and pornography is in large part to blame for that.
No.
Boehner candidate number 2. It's porn, I tell you.
Mom, it's only porno.
Coming up in a moment, Boehner candidate number 3, graveyard swastika spree.
All right, Boehner candidate number 3 for round 2. Coming up after this, Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by
Snowbird is kicking off summer with its 10th annual Brewfest and opening of summer activities June 9th and 10th. Enjoy fresh mountain air brews from over 25 breweries. Learn more at snowbird.com.
I'm a little worried. I don't know about you guys.
About what?
What about?
It's been 19 days and some odd hours since anybody's seen the First Lady of the United States, Melanie Trump.
I predict she never goes back to the White House.
Melanie has not been sighted in 19 days.
Yep.
She has changed her location on her Twitter bio as New York City.
Yeah, she has retreated to her apartment, and you will never see her again.
So since Melanie Trump has gotten out of the hospital, she did not go back to the White House. The most anyone has heard from her is a tweet that said, "It's Melania." Since her almost week-long hospital stay, she tweeted also about the school shooting in Santa Fe, Texas, the Navy SEAL who was awarded the Medal of Honor at a White House ceremony, which she did not attend, and also a tweet supporting the military in honor of Memorial Day. But of course, conspiracy theories abound. Is the First Lady okay? Where is she? Why the long disappearance from public view?
I think she's just had it.
Well, her spokesperson says Melanie is just fine. She's just fine.
My guess is she's like, I've kept up this ruse long enough. I can't do it anymore.
Roseanne Barr, of course, her show was canceled by ABC after the final straw of racist remarks that she made on Twitter. She's also been dropped from her talent agency, ICM Partners, following the racist anti-Semitic posts she did yesterday. We're all greatly distressed by the disgraceful and unacceptable tweet from Roseanne Barr, said the talent agency's leadership in an internal memo. What she wrote is antithetical to our core values, both as individuals and as an agency. Consequently, we have notified her that we will not represent her effective immediately. Roseanne Barr is no longer a client. The network announced that the series, Roseanne, which was ABC's highest-rated, most-watched series, has been canceled. And I just want to know, is anybody, please, won't someone think of Tom Arnold? Where is Tom Arnold in all of this?
They have not been married
Tom
for
Arnold,
years.
somebody consider Tom Arnold.
Nobody.
Tom Shirley has tweeted about
He
this.
has, and you know what he said?
What did he say?
She's crazy?
He said she's crazy, but now, and I've said so for a long time, now maybe somebody will tell me why ABC has banned me from doing any shows for them.
Have they banned you, or have they just said we've chosen not to go that direction?
I'd ask
Those
you.
are two different
I would
things.
ask you, what's the difference, ma'am? What's the difference? Hawaii's Kilauea volcano is still erupting.
Yeah, Richie tweeted out or
don't
Facebooked
get him to
or
come in
something.
here.
No, but he posted this awesome video that you should retweet or whatever you do.
Unbelievable.
Okay.
No, it's spectacular.
Apparently, it's spectacular and unbelievable.
It shows the lava going into the ocean. It shows what I think it's vent number 7 or number 18.
It's Fisher 8.
Fisher 8.
It's Fisher 8, Richie.
That like hundreds of feet into the air. Now you look at it though, and you're like, that's no big deal.
It's stupendous, is what it is.
It's no big deal. You look at the looking down on it, and it is an area, like downtown. It's like the size of downtown Salt Lake that is now covered from this particular fissure. It's awesome.
A large, awesome area covered with lava. Large. You know what?
Tossed into the air. Hundreds of feet.
Amazing.
And then my other favorite part is I'm part of a Facebook group now where it shows stupid people who get too close to the lava in Hawaii, and you see the people going, I'm just going to go, and they can't really stop you necessarily.
No, of course not.
They're going to go roast marshmallows.
So they're walking up close, and you see the national park lava guy saying, I wouldn't if I were you.
Yeah.
I'm really strongly suggesting, and he just keeps repeating it over, and the person with their cell phone in hand going, no, it's fine.
It's fine.
Hey, so here I am. I'm at the lava right now.
He has a giant name tag that says National Park Lava Guy on it. That's his.
Lava guy.
Students were surprised in their classrooms on Tuesday with vouchers for a free meal every week of the summer at one of 6 Salt Lake Burger King locations.
Really?
The vouchers were needed as 65% of students qualify for free or reduced lunch at the 10 Granite School District or the Granite School District schools that received the vouchers. Summer is the hungriest time of the year for our kids, said Brent Sevier, Granite Education Foundation CEO, in a press release. It's not uncommon for teachers or social workers in our district to find students worried or even in tears at the prospect of having to leave school for the summer because they don't have enough food at home.
Yep.
When the owners of HB Boys LC learned about the students' needs, they chose to provide the meal vouchers to an estimated 7,000
That's awesome.
students. We are
Way to
honored to
go.
be able to support the Granite Education Foundation by providing free meals to students throughout the summer, said Gary Moore of HB Boys in a news release. Burger King restaurants and schools participating were selected based on the restaurant's proximity to the schools.
Oh, okay.
And the HB Boys LC is a management company based in Salt Lake. They operate 64 Burger King restaurants throughout Utah, Idaho, Nevada, Oregon, and Wyoming. Ivanka Trump can't be bothered to answer questions. She just doesn't have time to answer questions about all of the patents that she's been granted by China.
I don't know anything about that. I'm not in charge of that company anymore.
According to the Times,
sure,
she's been granted several patents that she was seeking for 13 new patents for her brand. And it continues to win foreign trademarks in China and the Philippines. On Sunday, China granted her at least, 13 trademark in at least 3 months. Over the same period, the Chinese government has granted Ivanka Trump's company provisional approval for another 8 trademarks, which can be finalized if no objections are raised during a 3-month period. This is worth millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars to Ivanka Trump, who has refused to divest from her business. Wrong.
Well, my dad didn't, so why should I?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so she has a global brand. Her father has a global brand.
And nobody
they continue
cares.
to profit from that.
Nobody cares.
While there are people going hungry in rural Utah.
Yeah, we care. It's the Republicans that don't care, and they're in charge.
I care about this. Final story here, and we'll go to Boehner, candidate number 3.
Yes.
I guess he's not. I wouldn't say he's my friend, but an acquaintance of mine is turning 99 years old today. Joe McQueen.
Oh, really?
99.
Jazz musician, turning 99 years old today. He's leaving at Texas. He's leaving for Texas at the end of the week. He'll be back after the end of June. He and his wife Thelma will celebrate 74 years of marriage, and he still Thelma, and he still drives, by the way. I'm not sure he's driving
to Texas.
I think he's driving to Texas.
From here to wow.
Yeah. He's driving with Thelma.
I don't want to drive to Texas.
He's driving with Thelma and his cousin Styx, who's 90 years old. So Styx and Joe, I'm thinking Styx might be a drummer. Styx and Joe and Thelma are driving to Texas to visit someone, and then so.
We should maybe let people know. Joe McQueen is he's 99. He's a jazz musician, a saxophone player from up in Ogden who played on Old 25th Street in Ogden with Duke Ellington and Louis Armstrong, and who played with all the jazz greats. Yeah.
He's a local treasure.
He is a living legend.
Those jazz musicians used to pass through Ogden all the time on the train, and Joe became something of he could have gone on other places, but he played in clubs on 25th Street.
Loves Ogden.
And he became kind of known among he played with Charlie Parker because those musicians had come to town, and Joe was also a porter for the railroad. And he'd either meet them or the jazz musicians would come and say, is there someplace I can play while I've got a layover? I'd just like to go play at a local club. And people could say, yeah, Joe McQueen, go play with him. And so he's really he's a great musician. And
overlooked is he was one of the people who started to desegregate clubs on 25th Street.
That's right.
The Waiters and Porters Club. Oh, Little Joe?
It's the Joe McQueen Quartet.
Yeah.
But that's
some great Ogden musicians.
That's not him blowing yet. I'm trying to
we've got a picture of Joe at x96.com/live. And I don't think he's packing heat anymore, but Joe...
I don't know.
He told me he could shoot a guy's eye. See across the street? I used to be good enough I could have shot a guy's eye out.
I believe it.
Joe might still be packing.
You never know.
Yeah.
He's a treasure.
And he plays all the time. I see him at the Lighthouse in Ogden. I try to go once a month to see him.
I think once a month he plays here in Salt Lake at the Garage on Beck Street.
Yep.
So anyway, happy birthday to Joe McQueen, 99 years old today, and he says his playing is better.
He's at the Gallivan Center this week.
Ah.
We'll ask Corey when Corey comes in. Maybe he'll know.
There you
go. Thursday, 7:30. Oh, okay. Right. There we go. Sports weather traffic.
Yeah, Real Salt Lake, they're celebrating Pride Month all month long, and it kicks off tonight, 7:30 p.m. at the Riot. They play Houston tonight. And they're doing big celebrations for Pride, and I think this is a really cool thing. If you go to realsaltlake.com and you buy tickets and you use the promo code PRIDE, 20% of your ticket purchase will go toward a scholarship for a U of U LGBT student. Isn't that nice?
Yeah,
they also have these Pride scarves you can get. These rainbow scarves for Pride Month. So they're celebrating it in grand fashion. And they have a game tonight, and you can still get tickets for that. That's your sports. Weather, it's warmer today than yesterday, and we got a high pollen count, but I didn't need to tell you that.
Well, then why did you?
You already know.
What did you do?
Get your Flonase. 84 for a high.
All right.
And traffic, let's see. Crash eastbound 35th South approaching the I-215 West belt. Cars are blocking the center lane, causing delays as you have to shift either right or left to get around that. Crash northbound I-15 106 South in Sandy. And let's see, southbound I-15 Main Street, North Salt Lake. I just did that one. Crash westbound 35th South 27th West in West Valley. Crash westbound SR201 Banter Highway off-ramp. That's traffic.
All right.
Here's Boehner candidate number 3. Graveyard swastika spree. An Illinois man is facing hate crime charges after spray painting roughly 200 graves with swastikas. Timothy McLean of Glen Carbon, Illinois, charged with several counts of hate crimes, vandalism, property crime. Hundreds of swastikas found on headstones and grave markers at Sunset Hill Cemetery. Investigators haven't released a motive for the defaced graves at the non-denominational cemetery. The 2 teams of groundskeepers used power washers Saturday and Sunday, managed to get most of the paint off of the desecrated stones and markers.
There's his mugshot.
x96.com/live.
I'm guessing what his motive is.
Yeah, it's hard to judge a book by its
no,
cover.
I'm judging it. I can tell by looking at him.
Yep.
I know exactly what he thinks about things.
It's x96.com/live.
But ghosts of the swastikas still remain on some of the graves. You know, they get the paint off, but you can still see the reflection of it. Or it was it just awful what he did to these headstones. Boehner candidate number 3, graveyard swastika spree.
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boehner candidate number 1, I did this as a safety measure. You know, installed a secret camera in my ex-wife's bathroom facing the shower.
For safety. She's very clumsy.
I needed to keep an eye on her. And she has my son there, too, you know. Boehner candidate number 2, it's porn. Porn, I tell you. A Republican representative in Texas said the reason we've had so many school shootings is pornography. That's the main cause. And Boehner candidate number 3, graveyard swastika spree.
All right, so there you go. Time for you to decide here in round 2 which one of these candidates is the worst and therefore the most qualified to go forward and get that chance to be Boner of the Day. If it wins here, it goes up against the winner of round 1. That was last hour. We take the winners of each round, both rounds, and throw them into the Boner Dome for Boner Fight. That happens at 9:20. All right, so pick your contender here for round 2. Who should win round 2? 1, 2, or 3? Remember your candidate number, put it in the message of a text, and then text that to 33986. You can call, use your voice, 877-602-9696. Or go to x96.com and look for the box that says Boner Voting May 30 and vote there. We'll have your winner of round 2 and things that must go coming up after these. Stand by.
John Smith kicks off a 1-hour non-stop music wingding at the conclusion of Radio from Hell on X96.
Sturdy. Spell it with me now, S-T-U-R-D-Y. And now we'll use it in a little bit of dialogue, starring as our Utah friends LeVar and LeGrand. The scene takes place in LeGrand's family room as this conversation ensues. Again, the word is sturdy.
A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Well, that does it. Took a lot of work to get the old family room ready for Christmas, but there's still one very important thing I got to do, LeVar, to make sure Christmas goes off without a hitch.
Well, what could you have possibly left out, LeGrand? I mean, the whole room looks like it jumped out of Good Housekeeping's Christmas issue.
Thanks.
I mean, the tree is up and beautifully decorated. There's mistletoe and holly wreaths in all the right places.
Don't stand under that mistletoe.
Oh, all right. And the stockings are hung by the chimbley with care.
Yep.
What possibly could you have left out?
Well, just come on over here by the fireplace, LeVar. Come and take a good look inside the fireplace and tell me what you see.
Looks like an ordinary chimbley to me.
Look at all that soot. If I don't do something about all that soot, Sandy will pass us by this year.
I don't follow what you're saying.
Well, sturdy. The fireplace sturdy. That soot's nearly a half-inch thick.
Well, that's what happens with all the smoke. The chimbley gets sturdy.
Well, you know how particular and health-smart Sandy is.
Yeah.
Sandy won't come down any chimbley sturdy.
Me too. I feel the same way that Santa does.
Huh?
I mean, me neither. I won't come down a chimbley sturdy neither. That's funny.
You playing Sandy somewhere here in town, LeVar? I can't imagine you as a Santa Claus.
Oh, I'm a great Santa, LeGrand. I got a big bag of goodies, if you know what I mean.
No.
A big bag to stuff down the chimbley. But only if it's clean.
I better call someone to come over and clean this year chimbley, or Sandy won't come.
Stop it! You're killing me.
What?
Who are you gonna call? You gonna call one of them doctors that specializes in chimbleys? Maybe he could prescribe a shot of penicillin to clean it out.
No, I'm just gonna call a chimbley sweep. He'll bring a big long brush and then climb up on top and shove it down the flue.
Well, that sounds painful.
You know, LeVar, sometimes you really puzzle me.
Shove it down the flue.
Radio from Hell on X96.
Things that must go next, but first let's award round 2 of your Boehner voting.
And round 2 of the Boehner voting is brought to you in part by Roasted Cabbage.
And 99-cent summer is back at Fat Cats. All summer attractions at Fat Cats are just 99 cents. Get more information. Plan your visit at fatcatsfun.com.
450 degrees. You leave the core into the cabbage. You cut it, people ask, in wedges. You cut the cabbage in wedges. Just drizzle the wedges with melted butter. Put a little salt and pepper on them.
Okay.
Put them in the oven for about 20 minutes at 450.
All right.
And they get all kind of crispy and delicious. So we had Boehner candidate number 1. I did this as a safety measure. It's the firefighter who put a camera in his ex-girlfriend or wife's smoke detector in the bathroom. So he needed to keep an eye on her. And then there was Boehner candidate number 2. It's porn, I tell you. It's a Tennessee legislator, a woman who thinks that she knows the cause of school violence and shootings. It's pornography. That's what it is. You know, that pornography you can get at the grocery store.
Hey, don't see.
And then Boehner candidate number 3, the graveyard swastika spree. Some ass hat spray painting headstones in a cemetery. Over 200 headstones spray painted with a swastika. Samantha won the Boehner T-shirt. Congratulations to her. And the winner of the Boehner voting, number 3, the graveyard swastika spree.
All right, there you go. That's your winner of round 2. It will now face down the winner of round 1's voting with Boehner Fight. That's when Boehner of the Day is decided at 9:20. So be ready to vote for the one that you think should be Boehner of the Day then. Things That Must Go, brought to you by
Haster Games. Not only does Haster carry the best selection of the latest board games and Magic products, they buy pre-owned board games and Magic products too. Haster Games, 6831 South State, open 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday, noon to 5 Sundays. Great place to stay and play.
Must go on the radio from Hell Show.
These are things that are bugging you, our friends of the program. Send them to us. If there's something that just, it chaps my hide, then you put it down on an email. In an email, you send it to radiofromhell@x96.com. And if we read it on the radio, it may disappear from your life, but at the very least, maybe it'll make you feel better because you've aired that grievance. Here, I'll begin today with a must-go from Please Do Not Use My Name. Greetings from Utah County.
Hello.
Lords and lady, here is my list of things that must go. Safety seals on vitamin or medicine bottles or peanut butter jars that you have to puncture with a knife to break open.
I kind of like
or when you attempt to peel it off, only a small portion of the seal comes off, leaving most of it hanging around the rim of the container. Sometimes after much effort, the whole seal will come off. Other times, residue or seal pieces remain in place the whole time the container is in use. Will you make them come off neatly? Find a way. And some of them, they do. They have a tab, a little tab, and they peel off very nicely, and they all should have that. Also, businesses that give away discounts or coupons, specifically mentioning no purchase necessary, and then bully or hassle you because you take them up on that. No purchase necessary? Fine, I'm just here to use my coupon, and they try to push you into buying stuff. And then she says, or he says, thanks for letting me air my grievances, hoping the power of Radio from Hell performs a September miracle and makes these things disappear. Good morning, oligarchs of the radio. My thing that must go is people getting coffee out of the coffee maker in my office before it's done brewing and then proceeding to complain that it's too dark. It's dark because it's not finished brewing. Also, even though it has a stopper, coffee still spills all over the hot plate, and then I have to smell burning coffee. Just no. Thanks for entertaining me, your loyal subject, Pauline. And finally, this one. My thing that must go is Bill constantly interrupting everyone else. Are you unable to keep your yap shut for more than 5 seconds? You, sir, are a contrarian and a one-upper. No, I'm not. You seem so flustered when Gina adds something to your stories, but you can't let anybody else tell a complete story without inserting some obtuse, irrelevant opinion. It ain't all about you, buddy. Don't be a hypocrite. Geek Show says, hey, Gina is great, and Bill, Just keep repeating your dad jokes until somebody besides you laughs at them. Gina?
First one is mine.
I'm going to have to try and be quiet here, Gina.
Okay. I think you'll have a hard time because you know what I'm going to do here.
Well, I know what you're going to do.
We went to a restaurant yesterday. I won't say which restaurant it is. But they have a gas fireplace. And not like one of those gas fireplaces that sort of looks like a real fireplace. It's one of those sleek, modern...
It's got that kind of gel in it
Yeah.
or something.
Modern fireplace.
Mm-hmm.
And on either side of the fireplace are stacks of wood. As if they're just waiting to be thrown on a fire to keep it going.
It's a decoration.
No, it's wrong.
What do you expect them to put there? Propane tanks? Let's stack up little propane canisters.
That would make more sense.
Would be dangerous.
That must go. This from...
Sorry for the dad joke.
This from Katie. People going to the drive-thru with a car window that won't roll down. They have to open their car door and lean out to get the order. They have an awkward attempt at grabbing their food and paying the cashier via an open car door. Just go inside if your window doesn't work.
Been there, and yes,
Yeah.
you go inside.
Yeah. Kids not sending out graduation announcements, yet they still expect gifts, and by gifts I mean money, but they can't make the effort to send an announcement. I say if you don't get an announcement, they don't get anything. My thing that must go is Amazon when people answer questions about a product by saying they don't know the answer. For example, question, can you plug this item in or does it only use batteries? Answer, I don't know. I bought it as a gift for my grandson. You don't have to answer the question.
Exactly.
It's not required.
I tell you, but I misplaced it and I don't know where.
But they bother to type it in.
Yeah. I haven't been able to use it yet.
Let's see. Perfect timing to see your request for things that must go on Facebook, as I have my first mammogram on Friday. This torture device must go. There has got to be a better way. Hug this cold, hard machine. Make sure you pretzel yourself into the most uncomfortable position imaginable while your face is also smashed into the machine. Then the nurse will try to physically remove your breast from your body by simultaneously smashing it between two panes of glass. Oh, and hold your breath at the same time. All I'm saying is that if we can shoot a car into space and there are self-driving cars and my iPhone can make my face look like a horse, there's got to be a better way to look at my boobs. Thanks for hearing me rant, Miranda.
All right. These first three are from myself and my wife. First of all, there's a particular restaurant that I'm speaking about. I'm not going to tell you which one. Restaurants that are poorly ventilated. Mm-hmm. I want to eat your food, not smell like it.
Yeah.
And I know which one because I didn't tell them this. Jimmy and Counts came up to my house after they... Have you ever been to this place? It's pretty good.
You knew the minute they walked in.
I knew right away where you had been. This one, people in movies and TV and commercials that manhandle pregnancy tests. She peed on that. It's gross. Stop touching it. Have you ever seen them when they're doing the, is it positive or negative?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're
you're right.
They're just...
You're right. Yes.
They're not being more delicate with it. And this one drives me crazy. Actors that can't make me believe that there is fluid in their coffee cup.
Yeah, that.
Because
or groceries in a bag.
Or groceries in a bag. But the coffee cup is particularly egregious because they got four. Yeah. That's a lot of fluid and that's heavy, but they're just swinging around. Yeah. So yeah, actors act better. Take a pantomime class or whatever.
When I was an actor, I always insisted, and most actors, if they're you've got to have something in them.
I don't know.
Put something in it.
I don't know why they don't at least have water in them or something. Yeah. Anyway, this one from Colette. Good morning, Lords and Mr. Traffic Lady. Thing that must go. Bluetooth speakers playing music on the golf course while golfing. What part of quiet please don't you get? Perhaps golf isn't for you. If you can't spend 5 hours outside in nature without having to hear loud music playing.
But apparently it's okay at a pool, right, Gina?
It's different. There's no sign at the pool that says quiet, please.
All right. This rule does not apply to Rodney Dangerfield, just so you know. Let's see. Please don't use my name. My coworker's stupid sneeze noise must go. You're a grown-ass woman. Your sneezes should not sound like an effing mouse squeak. You're not cute. You're not dainty. You just sound like an idiot. I've heard the noises you make while you're eating. Your sneeze noise is a lie. Sneeze like an adult. And then finally, this one from Rover. Just a few things this morning. I'm a manager of a restaurant, and I'm always hiring. That must go. I wish that people weren't so shifty and loved making and serving food as much as I do. Second, people go to the effort to schedule an appointment for an interview. I take time out of my day, and they don't show. F those people. Also, people who are late for the interview must go. Third, people who call me at noon to see if I decided to hire them or not. This is the middle of the lunch rush, and the fact that you're not aware enough of your surroundings to realize this helps me make my decision about you. I'm not going to hire you. Fourth, my wife is sitting here with me. When I asked her if she wanted to add anything to the list of things that must go, she simply responded, everything must go.
Oh, that's sad.
Finally, the douchebag who called in just to say he didn't like Carrie. He's got to go. Carrie is at least the third best host of the show.
At least.
At least.
Things that must go on the radio.
Calendar coming up, but we got to tell you about this right now.
Ran Life.
Yes, Ran Life.
Mortgage company, a local mortgage company. They have a couple of things that they've been telling us about.
Is this the civil servant?
Yeah, that's good. If you are it's called a civil service grant. So, it's to thank first responders and school teachers for making firefighters, police, for making the community a better place. Ran Life can help you reduce your closing costs when you're purchasing or refinancing a home. Civil service grants can be used to pay for the costs or reduce your already low interest rate. And they also have no down payment options. Ran Life, and they're my mortgage company. They feature fast loan closings, up to 3 times faster than the competition, and the in-house advantage because they have their own in-house processors and underwriters and all of that kind of thing. It just speeds everything up.
And they're local.
And you can turn to them if there's a problem. And although I can't think of a single time I've ever had any problem.
No.
I just low and competitive interest rates, customer for life benefit. It'll save you time and money over the life of your loan. So call them 801-478-4500 or go to Ran Life's website. It's ranlife.com.
Hey kids, it's John Smith here to let you know.
Hello there, kiddies. It's me, your old friend, the bookkeeper. And since this is tax season, I knew you'd be dying to hear another tale from the big ledger. Today's story is about a young working woman who has some rather unusual ideas about filing her taxes. Let's have a listen, shall we?
Come on in, Miss Trixie, isn't it?
Whatever you want it to be, sugar.
I was finalizing your return, and I came across some items which the IRS might have some questions about.
Well, I filled out the form things the best I could. What more do you need to know?
You've listed your occupation here as working girl. Well, we all work. Could you be a little more specific?
Well, I thought it seemed a bit more polite than prostitute.
Yeah.
I suppose you could change it to hooker,
Uh-huh.
streetwalker,
Oh.
hoe,
Ah.
escort,
Uh-huh.
chicken rancher, whichever's more correct.
Chicken rancher?
Well, I'm pretty good at raising cows.
No! I think that escort might not flag it on it. We'll go with that.
Okay.
Now, you've listed $8,000 in advertising expenses. This seems a bit excessive.
Well, in my business, you can't make any money if you don't get noticed. So I got these.
Yeah.
38 double Ds. What do you think?
They are very nice. You could put those away now. But advertising?
Well, they sure stop traffic.
Well, why don't we list them as capital assets? Then you can depreciate them over time.
Okay.
What about this $25,000 for office improvements? Didn't you say you were a prostitute? What the office?
Well, I had to have a new lamp post put in. You know, the old one did a lousy job of showing off my new capital assets.
We'll come back to that. $12,000 in office supplies?
Condoms.
Oh, well, that offers all the questions I have. Do you realize, Miss Trixie, that you could increase the amount of your return if you had your pimp set up a 401k plan for you?
Hey, that's a great idea.
There you have it, creeps. Another great tale from our ledger. Our working girl sure seems to know the tricks of the trade. Remember, keep good records, or you'll end up paying the IRS to screw you.
Came from working in a spider-infested, dusty old studio with substandard equipment in Ogden. Now, Carrie, Bill, and Gina have a big, fancy studio in beautiful downtown Salt Lake. And they still find things to bitch about. X96.
Well, you'll have to excuse me because I have to use the bathroom.
Tonight.
Carrie Jackson's going out on a school night?
I know, right? I'm going to be miserable tomorrow.
Oh.
But I'm going to have a good time tonight.
You're going to get your drink in a little sippy cup. Oh, no,
Yes.
that's not that venue.
No, it's at the Capitol Theater.
Maybe they'll step up
Yeah.
their game and get some sippy cups,
No,
too.
you-
I doubt it, though. It's on campus.
You just sneak it in. Is it Capitol or
No.
at Kingsbury?
Capitol's downtown, not
Capital.
not
Yeah,
Kingsbury.
Right over
Kingsbury.
here. And
Hi, Corey.
Hey, good morning.
Yes,
You know,
let's
Corey,
get to it.
Yeah, Corey's
Yes.
here to do the community and concert calendar. It would behoove you to know where the venues are. Capitol Theater, downtown.
We'll get there. It's on the list.
Kingsbury up on the campus. But here he is, Corey O'Brien. He's here to tell us what's going on this week. He said not a lot happening this week.
That's a little bit of a sparse week, I would say. Yeah, it's brought to you by Live Nation. We'll get more of that later.
Okay.
Tonight, you've got Real Salt Lake taking on the Houston Dynamo at Rio Tinto. Beautiful night for that. Kickoff is at 7:30, so get down there for a full 90. David Byrne, as we mentioned before, the Capitol Theater tonight. Sold out, though.
What time does that kick off?
8.
And is there going to be a full 90?
There'll be a full 90.
I bet it's more than 90.
You think?
It is
Yeah,
David Byrne.
I looked at the set list for the last night's show, which was up in Oregon, and it's the full 90.
Good.
Yeah.
There you
You're
go, the
getting
full
quite a
90.
lot.
And he's been all over the place. I mean, he had Coachella, he had the New Orleans Jazz Festival. Finally, Salt Lake. It's going to feel very quaint after those big music festivals. So it should
Exactly.
be a good show. And I was looking on the classifieds. Tickets are going anywhere from $90 to a pair to $250 a pair. So not the most expensive show I've seen. If you have to buy, some tickets
Is this
secondhand, but
for the scalper.
yeah.
Yep, I met someone in a parking lot and paid $250.
Did you? There you go.
But
So you're
the Carrie doesn't do that very often.
I don't do that very often.
no. That guy though bought low, sold high. Key to investing there. Thursday. The Bonanza Battle of the Bands continues at Soundwell, which is where the old Club Elevate used to be. That's going on Thursday and Friday. Free live bands. You're voting to send 3 of those bands to the Bonanza Campout later next month, which is right upon us. Also, the Rio Grande Concert Series kicks off at the Gateway. They've got 2 bands I'm not familiar with, Madge and Night Marcher. Music will start at 7.
Madge is a great band. When you go listen to their music, you end up soaking in it.
Soaking in it.
It's a really obscure
really
joke.
old.
Okay.
Obscure old joke.
So you could have said it's a Madonna cover band.
Well, that's true also. That's
Maybe.
also
It might be.
obscure.
It might be.
Friday, Sick of It All, Murphy's Law, and Villains will be performing at Urban Lounge, so a little more ruckus for you on that end of things. Saturday, the Utah Pride Festival kicks off.
Yes.
And the parade on Sunday. So we're finally at that point this year. It kind of came quick. Monday, Styx and Joan Jett at USANA.
Come on, Carrie.
When?
Why?
Monday?
Because
No,
it's Joan
not on a
Jett.
Monday night.
But you have too much time on your hands.
Not on a Monday night.
Carrie's
Okay.
first fantasy woman.
It's a Styx joke there.
It was all right.
I see.
Flew right by.
I didn't get by me, man. I got a big
Thanks,
catcher's
Bill.
mitt.
Thanks.
Big catcher's mitt for all of those kind of jokes.
And this is kind of interesting. So there's a band, I think mid-2000s, I really like called Clem Schneid. And they had a lead singer.
Wait a minute.
Clem Schneid.
Clem Schneid
was the name of the band. And Yves Barzilay is the lead singer.
Clem Schneid,
Good
with
band.
lead singer Yves Barzilay.
Yves Barzilay. So Yves, he's gone on his own. He's doing a show in someone's living room in Draper.
Now, wait a minute. You're making all of this up.
I'm not making any of this up. I saw he was coming to town. He's had a new album out in the last year. I really like his music. So you buy a ticket to the show and you don't find out where it is. You only know that it's in Draper until you buy a ticket to the show, and then it's literally at somebody's house.
There's a group that does this.
Yeah.
A producing group that does it, and they're like living room concerts.
They just put them in different places. It's Undertow, and I don't recognize any of the other artists on their list here, but tickets are $25. We know that it's June 4th at 8 p.m., and it's in Draper. I just won't know where until I lay down my $25, which I'm doing as soon as we're done with this segment.
So if I remember correctly, though, there is a producing group that does this. How do you find out more about them? Do you know? So you could do this?
Undertowshows.com.
Undertow Shows. TOW?
Mm-hmm. Undertowshows.com. And they have quite a few, like 6 or 7 shows coming through. So that's what's going on this week. Kind of sparse, but some interesting things to see and do.
All right, thank you, Corey.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, your sponsor.
I forgot we got to do this at the end. Live Nation brought to you this concert calendar. They're bringing Frank Turner in to the complex on June 19th. Tickets on sale at SmithTix.com, an all-ages show.
Thank you.
Corey O'Brien, you can hear him on the radio from 7 to whenever every weeknight here on X96, and text the word events to 33986 if you want to know what's going on.
Perfect.
We'll get it directly. All right. We got Boehner fight coming up. Big boy news also on the way. Got to tell you about Diamonds Direct.
Directly, Diamonds Direct.
Yes.
Diamonds Direct. Now you're going to get the best diamond price, period, if you go to Diamonds Direct.
One of the reasons they can do that is they have a huge selection to choose from. Beautiful showroom there, just south of the Fashion Place Mall.
And they also have connections to they call it Diamonds Direct because they work directly with the diamond cutters on the exchange in Tel Aviv. They don't go through all kinds of middlemen, so they don't mark the prices up and up and up on their diamonds. They have all the latest ring styles from top designers that you won't find at other stores. Engagement rings as low as $1,000 at Diamonds Direct or as much as $50,000. Choices for any budget. And Diamonds Direct also has a money-back guarantee and a free lifetime warranty and a 110% diamond upgrade guarantee. So in a year you can upgrade. They'll buy your diamond back
for 110% of what you paid for.
To apply it to a better diamond ring. So it's all at Diamonds Direct. They're at 6400 South, right across from the Fashion Place Mall.
Back to the heart of downtown Salt Lake. Salt Lake Community College presents the Twilight Concert Series at
Here's what Bill Allred is thinking when he's not on the air.
Gotta think up some new features for Radio from Hell. Spice the show up. Maybe we could do a top 10 list. Now, every morning show has ripped that idea off from Letterman. What about bringing back that character I used to do? PBA bowling champ Wayne Zahn. God, no. That was stupid then and it'd be stupid now. What about a character who can read minds or predict the future? No, that's too much like Karnak. Double time checks might make things sound snappier. It's 7:27, 27 minutes after 7. Geez, that's stupid. God, I just know I'm going to be thinking about this all day.
Here's what Kerry Jackson is thinking when he's not on the air.
Oh, we gotta start working on this new Space Elders bit for this fall. And maybe we should call it Elders in Space. No, that's too much like pigs in space. Space Elders, that's it. Man, it's going to take a lot of production, music, and sound effects. Good acting jobs by Bill and Chunga, which is next to impossible. Maybe I'll ask the janitor to do a role, even he'd be better than those guys. Man, this Space Elders is going to take a lot of work, but it's really going to spice up the show when we get it going. Man, I'm going to be thinking about this all day.
Here's what Jimmy Chunga is thinking when he's not on the air.
Pudding, chocolate pudding, vanilla pudding, butterscotch pudding, rice pudding, tapioca. Oh man, I love pudding. Jello pudding pops. Chocolate and vanilla pudding swirled together. Oh, pudding. P-U-D U-D-I D. Oh, pudding. I'd kill everyone in this room for one spoonful of sweet, sweet pudding.
Carrie Jackson, Bill Allred, Gina Barberi. Radio from Hell on X96.
All right, we do have Boehner fight coming up. But before that, pretty reasonable amount of news.
Well, that's what
Should
you
I
say.
Should I settle in?
Yeah,
Let's
settle
see.
in.
Okay.
All right.
Brought to you by
Snowbird, kicking off summer with its 10th annual Brewfest and the opening of summer activities. And us will be there next Friday doing a show. And all of that opening June 9th and 10th. Enjoy the fresh mountain air brews from over 25 breweries. Learn more at snowbird.com.
A stolen Purple Heart was found by a stranger hundreds of miles away in an unexpected place. Miraculously, the late war hero's medal finally made its way back to his Utah family. To be found where it was and how it was, facts are stranger than fiction, right? Said Cindy Dempsey. It was part of him. It was a big part of him. So to have it taken was losing a piece of our family. A Purple Heart was one of the few things that the Terrence family had left of their father, Daryl, after cancer had claimed the Korean War veteran's life in 2011. But just a few months ago, somebody broke into his widow's home in Salt Lake and stole a bunch of stuff. All my dad's awards, his urn, and his flag were taken. All of the medals and certificates from his service, said Ms. Dempsey. The heartbroken family desperately searched pawn shops but lost hope of ever seeing the medal, the Purple Heart, again. And then just 2 weeks ago, hundreds of miles away, a homeless couple in Oregon was given an old impounded trailer. There were broken plates, razor blades, needles, trash everywhere, said Jeffrey Dury, who found the medal. When he looked a little closer, Dury found something unexpected. I saw a little bit of purple. It's a Purple Heart, and instantly I recognized the ribbon and knew what it was without even picking it up. Dury is from a military family. Taking somebody's Purple Heart or taking the urn or an American flag, it's like picking up somebody's tombstone right out of the ground and carrying it off. The Dury's main focus was to get it back to the veteran's family, and luckily, Daryl Terrence's name was engraved on the back of the Purple Heart.
Nice.
It's almost as if Daryl's spirit was directing, saying, you know, I want to go home. I don't belong here. They posted on social media. Comments came flooding in, and within a few days, the family saw it, and one of Daryl's daughters happened to be in Oregon, met up with a couple on Memorial Day, and picked up the Purple Heart, heading back to Salt Lake. From the sublime to the ridiculous, Donald Trump Jr. retweeted some of the offensive tweets posted by Roseanne Barr before her show was canceled on Tuesday, calling billionaire George Soros a Nazi who turned in his fellow Jews. After falsely claiming that Chelsea Clinton is married to Soros' nephew.
Which Chelsea wrote back, I'm sure his nephews are nice people, but that's
I
not
don't know
who
them.
I'm married to.
Barr responded with an apology that included a bizarre conspiracy-mongering rant about the Democratic donor, which the president's son then retweeted to his 2.84 million followers. Sorry to have tweeted incorrect info about you, Roseanne tweeted at Chelsea. Please forgive me. By the way, George Soros is a Nazi who turned in his fellow Jews to be murdered in German concentration camps and stole their wealth. Were you aware of that? But we all make mistakes, right, Chelsea? Well, none of that is true.
None of it is true at all.
The disgraced comedian then followed up with a second tweet, which is also retweeted by Trump Jr., saying, Soros's goal, the overthrow of us constitutional republic by buying back candidates for local district attorney races who will ignore U.S. law and favor feelings instead and call everyone who is alarmed by that racist. You know, Soros, who does back Democratic candidates with his extreme wealth, he is a Jew. He was 13 years old when the Nazis occupied his homeland of Hungary, and he did not collaborate with the Nazis.
No.
He did not help round people up. He did not confiscate anybody's property. False allegations insulting to the victims of the Holocaust, to all Jewish people, and to anybody who honors the truth, said a representative for George Soros.
You can tell the people that live in those weird conspiratorial conservative bubbles and go to those websites where they print all the lies about that. You can tell what Roseanne's looking at late at night online.
Yep.
Trey Gowdy
Wrong.
Proving to be a stand-up guy lately. He said Tuesday night that the FBI acted properly in its use of an informant in President Trump's 2016 campaign. The South Carolina Republicans' comments came in stark contrast to Donald Trump's assertions, lacking any basis in fact, that the FBI planted spies in his campaign as a politically motivated dirty trick. Speaking on Fox News, Trey Gowdy, South Carolina Republican, said last week's classified briefing by the Justice Department convinced him even more that federal investigators were doing their job. Quote, I am more convinced that the FBI did exactly what my fellow citizens would want them to do when they got information that they got. And that information had nothing to do with Donald Trump, Gowdy said. It had to do with Russians meddling in the election. Gowdy said the classified report showed the FBI was investigating reports of election meddling by Russia and attempts by Russians to infiltrate Trump's campaign. It looks to me like the FBI was doing what President Trump said. Quote, I want you to do it. I want you to find out, Gowdy said. President Trump himself in the Comey memo said, if anyone connected with my campaign was working with Russia, I want you to investigate it. Sounds to me, said Gowdy, that's exactly what they were doing. But Trump has conveniently forgot that he ever said that.
Wrong.
Gowdy said the FBI and Director and Deputy Attorney General told lawmakers that Trump was not the target of that investigation at all.
It's Russian.
Now, maybe he is. Because of all of the, if you act like you've done something wrong, maybe you've done something wrong. If you try to deflect attention to a certain situation, maybe you did something wrong. The FBI warned Donald Trump before he was elected president that there could be a Russia problem.
Yes.
And he ignored them.
Yes.
Wrong.
And it doesn't matter.
Now,
Trey Gowdy speaking up because, he's quitting his job. So,
it is a shame. He's leaving. He is leaving because he can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
He's finally seen, he says, and he'll say that.
No, there's about 40 of them that are leaving
48.
because 48 because they know that they're either going to lose or they just can't take it anymore.
Yeah,
and I just wish that it would take. I wish they'd find a spine when they had the job.
Gowdy had, and apparently he always seemed like an idiot to me because he was doing that just Benghazi.
Well, that was his thing.
But that drumbeat of Benghazi, but as you find out more about him. And that's all, I have to admit, that's all I saw of him. Mm-hmm. But as you find out more about him, he was a very well-respected attorney who had aspirations at one time of becoming a judge and maybe even a Supreme Court judge, and that's probably out the window now.
Wrong.
Because of this, because of the Trump administration and his drumbeating for them, and he realizes that.
Oops.
Cartoon or fictional characters.
Is this a game?
Like Tony the Tiger.
Oh.
Yes, it is, because I don't know who the Milky Bar Kid is. Like Tony the Tiger and the Milky Bar Kid.
It must be a British story.
Should no longer be used to promote unhealthy food, a group, MPs, members of Parliament.
Because the Milky Bar is my favorite candy bar when I'm in England.
The proposed ban would also mean that film or TV characters like superheroes could no longer appear on foods. Now, I want to know where Twinkie the Kid falls in there.
Is he a superhero?
He wears a cape.
He doesn't wear a cape.
Oh, no, he wears a scarf.
He's got a kerchief.
It's the cupcake magician. What's
Fruit
his name?
Pie. Fruit Pie the magician.
Is he the one that wears the cape?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Because he's a magician.
I knew one of them. Well, he could also be a superhero because it's a cape. It's Captain Cupcake does not wear a cape.
No.
Yeah, Twinkie the Kid, that's topical.
Jolly Green Giant. Now, the Jolly Green Giant, they say, could still promote healthy food.
He's not a superhero.
Not right. So he could still promote healthy food. Although it could be argued that he is a giant.
Yes.
So he has superpowers.
So he could be like Giant Man.
Yeah. Other recommendations include a ban on junk food advertisements before 9 p.m.
But this
you should only eat junk food after 9 p.m.?
But this is all in England, so it doesn't affect us.
Well, it starts there, Carrie. It starts there, and then it moves over to these shores.
Then let's get their health care. If we're going to be getting anything from their shores, let's
Well, we may have to take both.
All right.
We'll take a. Would you take a ban on these characters if you got
For
good
healthcare?
healthcare?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's Boehner Fight with Radio from Hell on X96.
So this is the winner from round one in the 7 o'clock hour, and it goes against the winner of Boehner voting in the 8 o'clock hour. So of the three candidates in the 7 o'clock hour, this one got the most votes. I washed his feet so he could eat. This is the story of an IHOP refusing to serve an armless boy who has learned to eat with his feet. They went into the restaurant. His mother said, I took him into the bathroom and washed his feet because that's what how he was going to eat. Like you would go in and wash your hands, but they refused to serve him. Said it was against health code. That's number one. Going up against the winner of number three of round two, it was number three, the Graveyard Swastika Spree. The guy in Illinois spraying over 200 swastikas on tombstones in a cemetery. So that's number two.
There you go. You've got to decide which one of these deserves to be Boner of the Day. Which one is the worst? Candidate number one or candidate number two? This is Boner Fight. Decide. Remember your candidate number. Put it in the message of a text and then text it to 33986. You can call 877-602-9696. Use your voice. Or go to our website, x96.com, and look for the box that says Boner Fight May 30. But you better hurry. You got less than 4 minutes. Let's go. This is Boner of the Day.
X96 is Utah's original alternative.
Boner of the Day.
And the Boner of the Day is brought to you in part by pork chops with a creamy mustard gravy and roasted cabbage.
And X96 welcomes back the Utah Pride Festival 2018, June 2nd and 3rd at Washington Square in downtown Salt Lake. We have tickets for that. I believe we gave some away to a random Boner voter. UtahPrideCenter.org for more information, and we will be there.
All right.
So we had Boner candidate number 1 from the 7 o'clock hour. I washed his feet so that he could eat. This is the story of a little boy who doesn't have any arms. He's learned to eat with his feet. And if you go to YouTube, you'll see the videos of people who've learned to do this. It's quite amazing. They can use their feet to... there's a video of a lovely young girl who doesn't have any arms eating a sandwich, making a sandwich and eating it. But the IHOP, they wouldn't serve this kid. No, we can't do that. She said, I washed his feet. No. And then Boner candidate number 2 was the Graveyard Swastika Spree. Some asshat in Illinois spraying over 200 swastikas on tombstones in a cemetery. Jenny won tickets to Pride Fest. And the winner by double the votes was Boner candidate number 1. I washed his feet so he could eat.
Really? Okay. Hey, we don't pick 'em, you do. And that's Boner of the Day for Wednesday, May 30. It is now qualified to be Boner of the Week. That happens on Friday at about this time.
See if we can hear this. I'm going to open this.
There you go.
Now I'm going to take a sip.
Which one?
That's White Rainbow. It's a White India Pale Ale from a Red Rock Brewery. And then we also have, what is the other one?
Ruby's Gay Hard Cider.
Gay Hard Cider? That sounds delicious. That's from our friends at Mountain West Hard Cider. And we have with us Jess and Chantel. Jess with Mountain West Hard Cider and Chantel with Red Rock. Are you let me see what it says on your card. Are you like the...
Nothing. No title.
It says you're the nothing at Red Rock. You make beer there.
Actually, I do sales, distribution, marketing.
So you help after it's made.
Yes.
So you guys have done these things just for Pride, right?
Absolutely. We release it every year just before Pride in celebration.
So tell us about this White India Pale Ale. It's delicious.
White Rainbow.
Right. It is. It's a white IPA, which means it differs a little bit from regular IPAs. It's not as hoppy. It's more floral.
I like it
a little
better.
easier to drink.
I'm not a big hoppy guy, and I know people love that.
They love our LFino. It's
Shannon's
It's the
favorite.
beer.
He loves it.
So this just has a little hop, and then it has kind of a citrusy...
It has the Belgian wit yeast, right? So it's much softer, easier to drink, but it still has some hop profile.
And then we have the Mountain West Hard Cider, and it's gay cider.
It's gay cider.
In honor of Pride. Tell us about the cider.
Yeah, so Ruby's Gay Hard Cider is our flagship cider. It's Ruby, this just in a flashy and bold label.
Oh, this one's cold
and,
too. So
take a sip of that. And we do this every June. We work with the Utah Pride Center. A portion of every bottle sold goes back to them. And we'll be at the Pride Festival all weekend, this weekend. And in the parade, come see us at the karaoke stage in the locals only area, and you can taste your own gay cider.
It's tart,
Yes.
as a gay cider should be.
Sure.
And it's got a lovely label. And do people? I mean, I know they drink the hell out of both of these.
They drink the hell.
But do they? I drank the hell out of that, man. But do they collect these as well? I mean, there's kind of a collectible in a.
Yeah, I mean, you can collect the bottle. We do recommend that you drink the cider soon. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Cider doesn't keep for, longer than a year, so you should drink it. But keep the bottle.
Yeah, it's nice.
We do the special label every June.
And then at Mountain West Hard Cider, what's your address?
Our address is 425 North, 4th West.
And you've got this beautiful new beer garden that's opened up there.
Yes, so we are partnering with Red Rock Brewing, and it's called The Garden with a T.
Oh.
And that's okay. And we have opened for the select summer weekends. So we'll be open this weekend during Pride. So you can come out, have some food, listen to some music. Will be Sunday music, 11 to 2.
Okay. It's a big area with
big
stage.
Really nice.
Really nice.
It's a full bar, so come on out. All ages welcome, dogs welcome. You can come and just hang out on the patio.
So you can get the White Rainbow India Pale Ale Red Rocks at the Garten.
At the Garden,
We just call it the Garten.
And at Pride, it'll be available.
And at Pride, yes.
Yeah.
We do
Terrific.
support Pride also. We'll be in the parade together, sporting our giant unicorn van.
Yes.
A unicorn van?
A unicorn van.
Yay!
This is a lovely marriage, by the way. I think between Red Rock and Mountain West Hard Cider. It's a smart thing to do, and it's just a good pairing.
We love being neighbors. I mean, they're great neighbors. We work really well together. We try and pair up on any events that we're able. We give back to the community, and it helps to have a good partner.
I'm enjoying this pale ale quite a bit. So Chantel and Jess from Mountain West and Chantel from Red Rock, and of course Red Rock Brewery located
443 North, 400 West is our production facility.
Is your production, but
we
the
also have a
restaurant.
beer store there.
Yeah, and then the restaurant, of
And
course.
then we have 3 restaurants.
Oh, that's right.
I know,
See,
everyone
I
forgets.
I just always think of the one right over here. On
So,
the
we got this one
Second
here.
South and Second West.
Okay.
Where are the
And
other
then
two?
we're in Kimball Junction.
Okay.
And then we're also at Fashion Place Mall.
Oh, Fashion Place Mall.
Yep.
Right.
On the end.
There you go.
It's all for Pride, and then of course other times you can just drink fine Red Rock and
Absolutely.
and Mountain West stuff. We're looking forward to having some events at the Garten later on.
Be listening coming up
Tell you
later
about
this
that.
summer.
And enjoying hard cider aplenty at that time. Thanks for being here, you
And
guys.
we'll,
Thanks so much.
Maybe we'll see you at the Pride Parade because
Yes.
we're in it, but we don't know where we're at.
They usually well, last year they put us right at the very end.
Ooh, and we like to be at the front.
Yeah.
I'm
So do we.
lobbying for that too, because as
Wonderful.
I love the parade, but it's always nice to be.
Well, I like to be in it and then watch the rest of it. When
Yes.
you're in the end, you don't get to see
Exactly.
it.
All right. Thanks, you guys.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Jess.
Thank you.
And this is delicious stuff, both of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hoops Vision Correction, HOOPES Vision.com.
I can still see clearly.
Yes.
Even though I'm having a little white rainbow. This Hoops Vision, they're still having their Mother's Day special right to the end of the month. So that's
just
tomorrow?
I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So call Hoops Vision.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, 877-30 LASIK. Their Mother's Day special. You will get $750 off per eye on LASIK. I shouldn't try to have cider or beer right before we do this because then I burp. $1,500 discount in that's great.
Yes.
Hoops Vision, call them and ask about their guarantee. They have a see clearly guarantee and also financing. Up to 24 months, I believe it is, interest-free financing.
Yeah, and they'll quote you a price, and that price quote is good for what, 6 months?
Something like that.
Yeah.
And don't worry. It's not a big pressure thing.
No.
You make this appointment and it's free. You just get evaluated. Take your mom or just go yourself. Get evaluated, and then they'll talk to you about the procedure itself and if you want to schedule it. So the number 877-30 LASIK. That's 305-2745 or hoopsvision.com.
Broadway Media.
Jackson, Bill Allred, Gina Barberi. What you got there is Radio from Hell on X96.
Just real quick, because Jimmy Kimmel's talking about Roseanne. Now, Roseanne blamed Ambien for her racist rant.
The sleep drug.
Yeah, she said that she was on Ambien tweeting up at night, and that's what did it, that she's really not that way. But the makers of Ambien, Sanofi US, on their Twitter account, replied, "People of all races, religions, and nationalities work at Sanofi every day to improve the lives of people around the world. While all pharmaceutical treatments have side effects, racism is not a known side effect of any Sanofi medication."
And then I saw, and you mentioned, somebody else tweeted, apparently all slave owners were on Ambien.
Yes, they were. That's the answer.
Quick giveaway.
Yes, do it.
X96 welcomes the Smashing Pumpkins to Vivint Smart Home Arena Tuesday, September 4th. Tickets are on sale at Ticketmaster.com. I'm going to give you a keyword, and you will text it, and maybe you'll win those tickets. Silence. 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 Text that to 33986. I went to see Solo.
Yes, the Han Solo movie.
That's a good movie.
Yes, it is.
Will people shut up about that movie?
I understand it's a Star Wars movie.
Yes, it is.
What more did you want from that movie?
I wanted to see Mrs. Chewbacca in an apron making cookies.
Okay, if that was what you wanted.
Was not in it, was it?
Sadly, was not in it.
The only place I can get that is in the Star Wars Christmas special.
We got backstories on things. We got great young Han Solo. He smirked and was cute, and there was action.
And Lando.
And Lando. What?
And Chewie fighting like a Wookiee should be.
And Clint Howard.
And Clint Howard
going.
So I said to Carrie, was that before or after Ron Howard was that the deal breaker for?
I'm betting that Ron made it part of his contract.
Oh yeah.
Does he have him in? So it's his brother,
Almost.
Ron Howard's brother.
I think in almost every movie.
He says that Clint is his good luck charm, and that he needs to find a role for Clint in everything he does.
He needs to use Clint to ensure that all of his movies are safe and average.
This was a nice, good
Safe.
movie.
No, it had a lot of great action.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially good special effects.
There was a twist at the end. I can explain later if you need.
Yeah, I'm like, isn't that okay?
Yeah. Mhm.
But then
So I can explain that. Yeah, because I didn't see that coming either.
Did you stay for the credits and see what Clint Howard was credited as?
Oh, you should have done that.
You know, was it?
Should I
was
look?
Was it Crazy Man number 3 or Wild Eyed Goon number 2, or
I'm sure he has a name, because that's one thing that happens in all these Star Wars movies. They all have a.
I was going to say IMDb it. He's got some sort of stupid Star Wars name.
Let's
You
see.
think was he an alien or a sort of
Rala
human?
Keeley.
Rala Keeley. Yeah, see, that's a.
Yeah.
He was Rala Keeley. Okay.
And I brought that up this morning off the air, and Bill's like, "Was he a crazy?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's exactly what
You like
exactly what he did." And
Tranya.
but it was a good movie.
Sure.
Again,
I don't know what more you wanted from it.
Except for the lack of Mrs. Chewbacca with an apron making cookies.
But I took Jonesy and Muhammad, and Jonesy was all worried about all the Wookiees.
Well, yeah.
I think just seeing more than one Wookiee made her happy.
Because you remember at the end of episode 3, the Empire invades the Wookiee planet.
Yeah.
Well, what we find out is that the Empire took them all into slavery. And so this is part of that.
Yeah,
Yes.
she was all worried. And
What ingredients do you suppose go into a Wookiee cookie?
There's a cookbook.
Wookiee cookie cookbook?
Yes.
Is hair part of
Look
every
it up.
recipe?
Look it up.
A Wookiee cookie
so
cookbook.
if you haven't seen it, quit reading stuff on the internet and go
You see,
it.
that's the thing. That's where Star Wars fans of a certain age are actually as bad as DC fans. They eat their own, and I just don't understand it. What I really hated was it was on Geek Twitter all weekend was people who, if you liked the Han Solo movie, you're stupid because here's why. And I'm so past that. It's, if you love a thing, love a thing.
Here's
but
the thing.
if you don't love a thing, then don't love a thing. But don't tell people that they're stupid for loving that thing that they love.
Gina says, here's the thing that she loved.
Yes.
Well, no. Han and Chewie are my favorite characters. Always have been.
Oh, okay.
So to get more of them and learn more about them was great.
Yeah.
For you, they're your favorite characters. Nobody's helping me out with the Jar Jar Binks movie.
And they never will, I'm afraid.
What Carrie's saying is the fans that love the thing and then complain about the thing.
Yeah. I don't get it.
The thing you love.
Can't believe the Han Solo movie. Hey, listen, that young geek that was seeing, The Empire Strikes Back when I was a kid, if you'd have told me I'm getting a Han Solo movie, I would have lost my mind. I would have went, that's great, that's amazing, I'm getting a Han Solo movie.
So shut up, you, is what I'm saying.
Watto movie? A Watto?
No Watto movie,
Watto
I'm afraid. He may show up, but he'll never be the star.
You want the Watto backstory?
Who's the king of the Jar Jar Binks?
Boss Nass.
Boss Nass. Yeah.
We need a Boss Nass movie?
Yeah, a Boss Nass movie. That'd be good.
Everyone's rallying for a Mace Windu movie. In that, when he got thrown out of the window in the third one, that he didn't die.
Yeah. Well, sure, okay.
Well done, Qui-Gon Jinn.
Well done, Qui-Gon Jinn. Yoda? Will Yoda ever come back?
Yoda's back in everything.
Yeah, they're talking about a Yoda movie.
He's not in Solo, is he?
No.
Which I understand is a Star Wars movie. So I'm given to believe it's a Star Wars movie. But he's not. I heard somebody saying that Yoda would be difficult to bring back into the movies because of.
Well, it's
because he was a puppet, and now you'd have to do it differently, and people would kind of go, "But that's not Yoda." You know how they would be.
I mean, yeah. When it was CG Yoda, people bitched.
Right.
Episode 1, puppet Yoda, people bitched.
Yeah. Well,
there's just no pleasing. Although I thought that I think Yoda in small amounts is perfect.
Sprinkled with Yoda?
Sprinkle with Yoda, you're fine.
Focus
on Yoda, that could be a problem.
I would agree.
But anyway, that's just me.
He's a problematic character.
Oh.
Hey, look at there he is, Titan high.
I took the stairs. I'm out of breath.
It's one flight of stairs.
Well, it's two because it switches back.
No, it's two.
It's a switchback.
One level.
I'm out of shape, Gina Barbera.
Gina, every day you get out of your car in this building and you get onto the elevator and ride it 2 floors.
Because I'm scared of serial killers in the stairwell. It's not a.
That's a legit fear.
It's not. I've seen. There have been people in the stairwell in the morning.
I have not.
I don't want to encounter.
That
people.
wasn't me.
It's usually a debate on whether I take the elevator or the stairs. It's usually how long do I have to wait for the elevator to get down to the first floor.
First of all, who are you?
I'm John.
Oh, and then second of all, who are you debating with?
Me.
John? You're
well, it's like, do I take the stairs or do I take the elevator? I don't know.
You have a simple life.
It's hard being me.
It doesn't have to be.
It's hard.
But
John,
you make it.
John,
if I make the decision before I get here?
You being you is hard for us.
I get that. I hear that a lot.
All right.
What are you doing today?
I'm going to be giving away some Rocky Mountain Gun Show tickets.
Okay.
And I've got an opportunity for you to go to a house party with the Smashing Pumpkins.
All right. Sounds good.
How rad would that be?
Let's do the promo.
It would be very
rad.
It would be, I'd say, radical.
Whoa! Settle down there, boss.
Let's do the promo and get out of here.
Thursday's Radio from Hell show.
We'll start your morning with geek news on the radio at 6:45.
Then at 7, it's Beat Gina with Clint Eastwood trivia for Real Salt Lake tickets.
At 7:45, Sean Means will help you pick which movie to see this weekend with his movie review.
And then at 8, we'll give you a keyword to win tickets to see Smashing Pumpkins.
We're already working feverishly to prepare Thursday's Radio from Hell show on X96.
That is a damned lie.
No, I have a fever. I do have a fever. Just a slight fever.
Who was Clint Eastwood's co-star in the 1990 hit film The Rookie?
The Rookie?
It was what Judd.
No.
Judge.
You're not even close.
Judge. What's his name?
Reinhold?
Reinhold.
No, wasn't him.
Bob Reinhold.
See, you say The Rookie, and I think of the Dennis Quaid movie.
Clint Howard.
The answer is always Clint
The answer is always Clint Howard.
Charlie Sheen was.
Oh, okay. Well, luckily that's not on my list of questions for tomorrow. So, all right.
Which way was loose? Any which way?
Any and every.
Any and every.
That's a trick question.
You got the good, the bad, and the ugly.
All right.
What was his name? Clyde.
The monkey's name was Clyde.
Yeah. Is that one of the questions?
It's not on here.
Well, this is kind of
that was
boring.
BJ and the Bear. Wasn't that?
No, that was a
that's the
TV
bear.
show.
That was a monkey, but it was a TV show, and it wasn't Clint Eastwood.
And it's not a monkey, it's an orangutan. What?
Well, BJ and the Bear was a chimp.
BJ and the Bear was a monkey.
A chimp.
Chimp.
Is that
An
not a
ape.
monkey?
No, chimp is an ape.
Monkeys have tails.
Son of a bitch.
Apes do not have tails.
Shatters my universe.
We'd like to call them all monkeys, but,
Yes.
but they get upset.
They do. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
I'm Tandy Leatherpouch.
John Smith is next.
Please keep listening.
A 1 hour nonstop music wingding starts now. Utah's original alternative, X96.